Open up side the mountain. Who the hell left the gates?
Femi. We're not muted. Right.
Lost in the Script, episode 71, on some culture.
On some of it.
Well, you're not stuttering no more. That's good.
Okay, man. Here you go with the bullshit. All right.
Been stuttering all day.
All right, man. It's good to be here another week of life. Torture. This shitty ass place we call Earth. And it's
Hold on. This shitty ass place you call Earth was a gift given to us by the Most High.
Yeah, well, things get stained, don't they?
What?
Things get stained, don't they?
They do, but it's what you choose to do to make your life better and enjoyable.
All right.
Negativity. Starting off negative.
Here we go with the bull. What up, Regina? Let's see if this is actually gonna work today. Hold on. What up, Juice Man? Davis, what up? What's good? What's shaking? Potato chips and bacon. Sleep you got. Hey, I don't
Definitely
do
no bacon.
I don't do the bacon.
No
I'm not
potato
Muslim.
chips.
I'm not a Muslim. Potato chips, yeah, I don't do the bacon. How y'all doing, man? Hopefully you had another good week. At least less stressful than the last, hopefully.
Yeah, stress packs on weight.
Yeah, as they say. Well, all right, let's go ahead and get right to it. We're going to go through a lot of...
But we're going to be precise.
Yeah, we said
I'm going to try and not ramble on to, just random shit.
We're rambling now.
I'm not rambling.
We're rambling right now. Let's get straight to it then. All right, first up, we're going to talk about this right here, just to get this story out of the way. This woman getting every American quota. By the way, tell us, make sure if we don't sound right, let us know. I don't know if these might sound right yet. Might be a little...
Oh, yeah, we moving up. We got new mics.
Yeah, might be a little all over the place. Please tell me if the sound is bad. But yeah, jury finds Los Angeles County must pay Kobe Bryant's widow $16 million over photos of his body at helicopter crash site. I think another family got $15 million, so they had to pay a total of $31 million to show, because they showed pictures of dead people's bodies to women in bars and had group chats showing it. Like,
that's terrible.
It's just sick people.
It's sickening, but is it a crime?
What you mean, is it a crime?
Is it a crime? We should do that.
What you mean?
Is it a crime to take a picture of a corpse or a dead body at a scene or anywhere and then just text it and pass it around and show it to people? Is that a crime?
They got sued for it, so obviously it is. They lost a civil trial because of it.
Is it a moral thing or is it a crime?
I think it's because it causes emotional distress and all the other stuff.
It caused so much emotional distress to Kobe Bryant's wife.
I mean, somebody is out there showing her dead husband's pictures around. I'm pretty sure she saw the picture.
Clearly, he was worth more dead than he was alive because she's getting every damn penny she can out of him.
I wouldn't say she's worth more because you got to remember,
what?
He's worth how much? 200, 300, 400 million?
They say that.
I mean, they say that.
They say that's how much they worth until, they pass away, and then you come to find out that they're actually in debt. I'm just saying in general, not Kobe.
All right, let's move on. Biden cancels $10,000 in federal student loan debt for most borrowers.
For most borrowers. So who is he targeting?
So this was supposed to be a big deal. Joe Biden, he's giving student loan debt relief, right? Shout out to George. I mean, I don't know how much it did for you. But
they didn't put a dent in his damn debt. He said he owed 100.
Don't put a man.
He had it in the chat.
Oh, okay. But point I'm getting to, they try to say that Biden tried to use this to say that this is shrinking the racial wealth gap.
For who?
For black people. But it only
what a joke.
But it's only for the people who went to college and got, first off, you got to go to college and have gotten the loan. So if you went to college and paid off your loan already, or if you got a scholarship or something, this really didn't benefit you. You had to have went to college and took loans that you couldn't pay off.
Didn't have to deal with that.
So it's a very small, it doesn't help the majority. And it's going to, and now they also targeted Pell, I think it's called Pell Grants. They said that 72% of the people who receive Pell Grants that will benefit from this was black. So Biden tried to push this as something, like I said, is going to help the racial wealth gap. Basically trying to push this as I did this for black people.
So they pulled out this right before the midterm elections.
Well, everything they do at this point is going to be right before the midterm elections, obviously. But
what black person would look at this and see this as something that was given to them?
A person who had those, who had that debt.
Oh, a person who owed exactly $10,000?
Well, no, it says right here, it said President Joe Biden announced he will forgive $10,000 in federal student debt for most borrowers, including financial relief to millions of Americans. Biden will cancel up to $20,000 for recipients of Pell Grants. Nearly 45% of borrowers, almost 20 million people, would have their debt fully canceled, according to the White House.
So what has he specifically done for black people?
Nothing. Both these targeted actions are for families who need it the most, the president said in remarks to the White House Wednesday afternoon. The relief will be limited to Americans earning under $125,000 per year or $250,000 for married couples or head of households. The relief is also capped at the amount of borrowers' outstanding eligible debt. The president will also extend the payment pause on most federal student loans one final time through December 31st, 2022. So this was really just to get people off his back who was telling him to get rid of student debt. In his remarks, Biden said about 95% of borrowers would benefit from the plan, about 43 million people. Of those, over 60% are Pell Grant recipients. In all, nearly 45% of borrowers, almost 20 million people, would have their debt fully canceled, Biden said. That's 20 million people who can start getting on with their lives. All of this means people can start to crawl out of under that mountain of debt, to get on top of their rent and their utilities, to finally think about buying a home or starting a family or starting a business. Oh, yeah. What you doing, Nick?
I'm trying to, yeah.
Ain't gonna work, man.
Yeah, it ain't gonna work.
Look at you. Look at you. All right. So, what you think of this? You think it's just pointless?
It's pointless. It's not going to do anything. I mean, I'm not trying to speak to those people out there that have these loans and debts and might feel like it's going to do something for them, but for me, it's not really.
You don't think it's going to do much for most people? No. You don't think it's worth mentioning at all? No. All right. Student loan debt borrowers can apply for Biden's debt cancellation in early October.
So you got to apply for it to get it.
Well, I mean, that's obvious. They're not just going to do it for anybody who say they want it. You got to apply for it, and you have to be eligible. That means you have to be eligible for it. You can't make too much money and all kind of other stuff.
So there's a lot of stipulations that come with this.
I mean, stipulations come with everything, don't it?
Not if you're trying to help the American people and give them some breathing room.
Well, he didn't say.
Not giving out no more stimulus checks. We still waiting on stimulus checks. What breathing room do we have?
Hold on. Oh God. I'm sorry. Hold on. No, that's not that. All right, there we go. All right. Okay. Now this right here, what happened? So a whole bunch of the Republicans. This is where they kind of messed themselves up. The Republicans view themselves as a working class party, right? So they kind of speak against the academic elitist type people. But some people who are working class went to college and have debt. But the Republican was speaking so harshly against this, trying to make it anything, doing what they did underneath Obama. Anything Obama did is bad. It's just campaigning against everything they did. Same thing the Democrats did with Trump. No matter what it is, even if you agree with it, campaign against it. The problem is some of your voters, they also have debt that's going to be relieved. Accepted, I guess. So you see here, Green, this is what she had to say. You see, try to frame it as elitist. You went to some Ivy League school. Not all the people in debt, they can go to Ivy League schools. So it really don't work. But anyway, so the White House went down and finally did something to actually get somewhat of a win. They went through every last one of these Republicans that were complaining about the debt relief, showing that they had loans forgiven. So Marjorie Taylor Greene, she had a $183,000 PPP loan forgiven. So who had to pay for that, Marjorie? This was crazy. Like, this stuff is public. You see here, Congressman Vern Burkhan had over $2.3 million in PPP loans forgiven. Yeah. No, it was very wealthy. Yeah. Yeah. But see, I learned that your private income and your business income are two different things. Oh, no, sorry, I said that wrong. Not private income. Your private account, that money is different from your business account, which because, go ahead. Yeah. Into this, yeah. I'm just here working. So you see, Congressman Mullen had over 1.4 million. So basically, they went down the list: Kevin Hern, Mike Kelly, Matt Gatz, I think I said his name. They all pretty much walked into an easy smack in the face. Why would you say something if you know you took out loans as well? Yeah. Now, another thing that happened, if you remember during the COVID thing, one of the things the Biden administration began doing was going to influencers to get them to perpetuate the propaganda on their private accounts across social media. Some people saw that and said, this is not a good thing. If you got regular citizens now being, may not hired as far as being paid to do it, but if the president is calling you to the White House as just a regular influencer to a regular person, quote unquote, to use your account, they got 10 million, 20 million followers on it to say the same thing that the mainstream media is saying, then that now the propaganda is past the media. Now it's in just regular, what's supposed to be personal accounts is people, civilians talking to civilians. I'm at the point now, if you're a civilian and you are speaking to a president or a government official directly and they're giving you information, you should not be labeled a civilian anymore. Your account should be labeled political. Yeah. So as you can see here, the Biden administration called in people to talk about the student loans. So the White House feel like they can't get the information out as cleanly because they know this is proof that no one trusts the media. Because they didn't just go to CNN and MSNBC and NBC to say this stuff. They had to go get people who are not associated with those mainstream news networks so that it can actually be believed. So they're going to influencers, whether it be TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. Exactly. So let me just show what she had to say. So as you see, she put. Oh, I gotta show you something. So people would comment. All right. Y'all sound great. No echo. All right. That might pick up everything else y'all do, though. I think her dude's heartbeat. Okay. Not me though. I ain't no color crayon, nor did I vote for either of those lesser two evils. Mostly just observing this Truman Show, Hunger Games at this point. Definitely Truman Show. I'm on the bus, but I'm in this bitch. Your volume never low enough on my recording, but I get home in less than an hour. Tell Travis to kiss my grits. Until then, they sent you the notification finally.
Oh, he finally got a notification.
Yeah. This mic just definitely pick up everything. Yeah. Even when I swallow, I don't really like that. I'm trying to drink some water or something. Yeah. But hold on, let me get back to this. But yeah, so they're using influencers now. So they use this Asian lady to go through and pretty much say everything the White House would want to say. Let me just go back to the video now and finish playing. I had to read that right quick. Hold on. So you see.
You said you'll know in 4 months.
So wait. So wait. So I found out I'm eligible in 4 months.
After the thing has been.
So I have to still continue to. Well, they said they pushing back. Yeah, you're right. They pushing back the time you have to pay to December, but you won't know. So what happens if you? So what happens if you're one of the people that if you're approved, your debt is completely forgiven, but you have to start paying before it's approved. Do you just not pay and just wait?
Well, that's what she said. She said stop paying. Listen to her. You want to?
Damn. Just don't pay, man. Now we're gonna go through some people that took out these loans. Now some of them took it for different reasons, obviously. You see here, this is Jay-Z, Diddy, Yee, Tom Brady forgiven for PPP loans report. This is August 27th. Now Jay-Z, you see here, Malibu Entertainment, which is one of the two firms associated with Jay-Z, pulled out $2.1 million to secure 95 jobs for Tidal. That amount was forgiven in total. The holdings also $293,000 for payroll, though the status of those loans isn't disclosed. As for Diddy, Revolt Media and TV LLC borrowed $1.9 million for payroll, which went towards 134 jobs. The loan reportedly won't have to be paid back. Yeezy LLC took out $2.3 million and $1.7 million and was spent on 106 staff. But according to ProPublica, which published the status of every federal loan, the status is undisclosed. Another year-related subsidy, Yeezy LLC borrowed $15,000 for one employee. The amount was largely forgiven with the exception of $147. They used it to actually pay people, employees. And once again, the money your business generate and your private account are separate. So you usually pay people from the money your business generate. Obviously. Yeah, your earnings, that's how you pay them with the money you make. Exactly. That's why they put that carrot out there for bonuses. If you make more money come in, we'll pay you more money. We'll give you a bonus. That's what they do. But last year, I didn't know about this story until you brought it up. It wasn't just niggas in the hood scamming. Pretty Ricky's baby Blue sentenced to 20 months in prison. The singer reportedly received nearly $24 million after providing false information on his PPP loans. So wait, So while Jay-Z and them was getting the money to pay employees, they was getting just 1 million, 2 million. This nigga got 24 million.
It was another one. This ain't start with an S. He took the money and he did pay back pay, his back pay on child support.
Oh yeah, you told me that story.
He decided to, splurge a little bit and get some chains and jewelry.
So you had a dude that took the loans out and paid back child support. No, he paid back child support.
That's what you can get like that.
He didn't just give us some money. He wasn't paying child support. He was paying back child support. That was just stay out of jail, and then he went and splurged with jewelry.
Now it's time for you to, pay back the loans, and you still gonna end up in jail. So
I guess he said I ain't going to jail for that. I guess.
I ain't gonna go to jail for not paying my child support. Judge Mathis would be proud of him though.
Judge Mathis, you walk in Judge Mathis' court on child support, you already lost.
If he said I got a PP loan to pay my back child support, George, that's an honorable man that did that.
The U.S. Catholic Church may be the largest recipient of federal coronavirus aid. That's the loans with as much as $3.5 billion. AP analysis said this was just 2020.
What about you remember that story you brought up last week?
Yeah, what about that $100 million the Jesuits promised the descendants of the enslaved?
Hey, they said beggars can't help beggars.
They beg, we begging, y'all begging, we just begging motherfuckers. Like we did some begging mugs. All right, let me look at this next story. Walmart must pay black man $4.4 million in racial profiling ruling.
That was a crazy story. So the dude, well, the reason why it backfired is because the police officer had already peaked game. They noticed that he kept calling, always saying somebody's gonna put hands on him.
Yeah.
So in the end, they were just like, okay, this dude is clearly racial profiling people. He's always saying how somebody's threatening to put hands on him. So they actually, went with the black man saying, yes, he is racial profiling people. He's always talking about they're gonna threaten to put hands on him and all that different type of stuff.
So the cop was accusing other
He
people.
called the cops every time. He would actually call.
The cop?
No, the white guy.
Yeah, okay.
Profiling the worker. And the sad part is about it, Walmart did not fire him over the allegations even the police officer said he was doing. Walmart fired him for stealing $35.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. Go around the article.
I don't gotta read it.
$35.
So the racial profiling was fine.
It was when you stealing from me.
$35.
Now they said when you start stealing from me,
Get your ass out of here,
you
then.
gotta go.
You got to go.
I grabbed the coat.
I grabbed the coat. All right. U.S. discourages Dennis Rodman from going to Russia to help Griner. He clarifies that he's not going. The Rodman trip could hinder negotiations, the State Department said. So now that's Roy Jones Jr. and Dennis Rodman putting his name in it, who are saying they're going to Russia and to help negotiate the release of Brittany Griner. But all the media, hold on, we're gonna get to that. But all we hear about Biden, but the media only talk about Biden and his administration. They're trying to give him the credit for it, like I said they were gonna do a couple months ago. But, I wouldn't trust Rodman anyway. Rodman crazy. He best friends with what's his name? Kim Jong-un. Trump went over there and told him, man, stop the bullshit. Leave the nukes alone. When they met, though, and he seemed, what's the word I want to use? When he met Trump, he seemed confused. Like, this is the president of the United States. But not in I wouldn't say necessarily in a negative way. But you could tell when you see the pictures that he was a little bit, I don't know, taken aback by him or something. Now, here's another story that came with this. This is once again. Rumor has it. Why do I keep doing this? Rumor has it Brittany Griner and Anthony Davis were engaged back in the day. Apparently in 2013, Anthony Davis, bro, this. I don't know if I could say it. I'm gonna say it. This is a butch. Even well, this was 2013 would have been.
What did Tay say about the studs?
Anthony Davis was drafted in 2013, if I'm not mistaken. So that means
He was, you know,
in college at Kentucky, he was he was dating Brittany Griner.
yeah, that was his come up.
But I thought she was a lesbian. Even then, it said that she was engaged to another woman or married, got an annulled relationship, and she was still dealing with him.
Because she was like, women are crazy, and I'm gonna have to go back.
But then I guess it didn't work out.
I don't know what happened, but Anthony Davis is in love.
I'm only bringing this up to say I wouldn't be surprised at all. When you talk about the entertainment industry, all of it's entertainment. Politics, sports, movies. It's all entertainment. I wouldn't be surprised at all if he was dating Brittany Griner.
What you mean if?
What you mean if?
He was dating Brittany Griner.
We don't know if that's the truth.
He confessed to it.
He did not.
What did he? Okay, he says she's everything to me.
She, who is she? Who is she? In the article. Hello?
Brittany is her.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
He said, whoever made that rumor about me being engaged is corny. I am not engaged. That was 2013. The man.
Go back to the top where he's.
Let's move on. Let's move on. I think y'all lying on the man. He said we wear the same clothes, but you wear my shirt sometime.
Yeah.
But we don't know if there's a real interview, is it?
Yahoo is a reliable source.
Okay. Now, YouTube and social media is back on it. Who the first domino to fall was Alex Jones. That was the first person to be banned from every platform at the same time. Illuminati. Yeah. But now they got rid of another YouTuber named Andrew Tate. I didn't know him. Didn't know him. I did see him on when I saw a clip of him on that Fresh and Fit podcast. Don't watch him. But
Don't watch him.
yeah.
Oh, he's saying don't go watch it.
No, I said I don't watch him.
Oh.
I did see, obviously you recommend it when you watch certain shows, you get recommended certain people. So I know of his existence, but I never watched him, a full show of him or anything. He was banned from YouTube. He was banned from, I think TikTok. I think Instagram as well. I'm not sure about Facebook. I think Facebook too. And Twitch.
Amazon owns Twitch?
Yeah.
I did not know Amazon owns Twitch.
They own for like 5+ years now. Yeah, they've been bought them. For sexist remarks.
What did he say?
Well, they compare him a lot to Kevin Samuels. But he's not really Kevin Samuels. He's more, well, when I looked this up, from what I saw, he's more, what's his name? Jordan Peterson mixed with, I don't know, one of those red pill dudes. What they call, the alpha male YouTube. If you click in the alpha male on YouTube, you find a whole bunch of dudes that just sell this image of the ultimate masculinity and, this is what it takes to be a man. And you really look at him and go, okay. He's one of those dudes though. Hardcore, alpha male. I think he was a kickboxer. So he got removed from all these places for quote unquote sexist remarks. And what I get from this is, what else can we say at this point? If you can, okay, you get rid of Alex Jones because you said that he's lying on a family, saying that something didn't happen that you saying did happen. Then, okay, you go, okay, that's okay. You got rid of him. He's pushing conspiracy theories, as you say. But then you get rid of another dude who you saying he's pushing sexist remarks or hate speech. Now we got to define what is hate speech. Well, when I read YouTube guidelines, anything they don't like. Exactly, and it's purposely vague because they want you to constantly walk on eggshells when you make videos. They want you to constantly like, what is it? What's gonna get me flagged, or what's gonna get me demonetized, or what's gonna get me, copyright, a strike, a channel strike. Are you just ready to set it up? Well, I'm gonna speak on this right here, right now. Then, and before I do that, by the way, Andrew Tate, this is him. When you see him, what do you see? Arab dude, maybe Eastern European, maybe Bulgarian, Romanian, or something. Well, this is his father. His father was a chess player who a lot of people say he was an absolute trailblazer for African American chess. I didn't know this dude's father was black. You wouldn't. There's no way you look at that dude and see. But I got a feeling something to him too. But I just found that crazy how I assumed when you look at him that he was just some white dude. I was like, oh Lord. All right, now here's another one. Oh, hold on. Didn't mean to do that. Sorry. Look at this right here. Now, if you don't know, there's this guy on YouTube called Corey Kenshin. He's a gamer YouTube channel. He has about 13, 14 million subscribers. And he made a video where he pretty much made the accusation that YouTube was either racist or have favoritism or both. What he basically said was he put out a video that in the video YouTube age restricted it. And he hit up YouTube to counter their claim and say, hey, can you please check this out? They denied him and kept the age restriction. Now, apparently when you have a big enough following, you get a YouTube rep, somebody you can call to get a connect directly with someone at YouTube. And he got with them. He showed them a clip from another channel, a white dude named Markiplier, who has 33 million subscribers. He sent a clip of him doing the same thing in his video to the YouTube rep. The YouTube rep shows it to the people that put the guidelines together, and they de-age restrict his video. He gets angry because he feels like they used the white guy to validate his innocence, that he didn't do anything wrong. So then, a couple days later, they age restrict his video and the white dude video. Sent a letter saying that this is unfair. Why did I have to get age restricted because I showed his? Well, get him on the phone directly with the rep, I think. So all that pretty much turned into, he was like, either every time he gets on YouTube, he's #1 trending, he goes viral, something will happen to his channel, and we could definitely, our little channel could definitely attest to this. #1 trending he was gone for 9 months, came back, was trending #1 for a week, and then they hit him with a video, copyright from 2019. They did it the last time we got suspended. That's what they did. They hit us with a video from last year. It's so, and you come to this conclusion. Why wouldn't YouTube want a person that get a lot of views to trend? Because I was thinking about it. Why wouldn't YouTube want people to be on the platform? There you go. So when you look at the channels that say certain things, not even just black people, we'll stick to the black topic. Black people who talk about certain things or make certain videos or talk a certain way, if you log out of YouTube, you'll see who they really want you to follow, who they really want you to listen to. If you truly just let everything go and let people grow as they grow, how different would the main page of YouTube's recommendations look? Yeah, while flagging his videos and all that. Yeah.
can't help you because you just can't create or succeed by yourself when you happen to be the most creative people.
Well, we're gonna get into that. It comes with the idea also that we have to make sure we control the image of our website. We can't have us looking like World Star Hip Hop.
Which, you know, I'm mad at them. It's white people that own the platform and they have a right to say what they want their image to be. Some people may say, well, it's supposed to be diversity, it's supposed to be no racism, all that, blah, blah, blah. That's not going to happen.
Exactly. Like, there's no such thing as fair.
There's no such thing as equality.
It's money. Money buy you fairness. If you got enough money, you can buy fairness, which just means you get an advantage. It's not really fair. They can't let certain channels be on the front page because they can't have their image change. Like a lot of people, a lot of parents like to, use YouTube to put a cartoon on or something for the kids. If the recommendations it's showing kid-friendly content, but it's too many niggas. Yeah. Yeah.
And we can't have that. So we got to have drills of going to war to build up their patriotism and stuff.
Well, it's not even just that. I can't have my children idolizing someone that don't look like them.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
your favorite YouTuber, I mean, you see these parents, they get on YouTube, want to show their kids, let their kids get on YouTube. If it's too many, if it's too many people on that front page that don't look like them, the parents are gonna look at like, oh, this site is for that now. So they go say, let me go to another site.
I'm glad that World Star Hip Hop they putting more other colors of faces on there instead of it being black people all the time.
What you mean?
Let them take it over.
She can let them take it over.
Let them prop their people as looking being in a negative image instead of it being black people all the time.
Okay. Caution to read the fine print on the student loan forgiveness. Mine got forgiven under the health exempt status only 2 years later. The IRS sent me a form to pay taxes on a lesser amount as income.
Wow. So you didn't escape it.
You didn't even escape it. How you doing, Rosie? I wonder if Brittany has a thyroid issue, as not only does she favor a man, but her manly voice shocked me. We can if we want to be nice, we can call it a thyroid issue.
It ain't no damn thyroid issue.
What is it then?
It's called a she is what she is issue. That's what it is.
All right, man. All right, let's get into this culture. Who owns some culture? Capitol Records drops virtual AI rapper FN Meka following backlash. Okay, there's a lot into this. It's a lot into it. Okay, so Capitol Records, who signed with Capitol Records? So the Migos.
Cardi B. There's a lot of artists that are signed with.
It's I don't think
Capitol Records.
So you see the people they have over there. I'm not sure if Little Uzi is over there. I think he might not be over there. I don't know. But I'm make a point. So this AI rapper was generated by two men. And this is the image they came up with. Ambiguous rapper. Now, who does this look like? You see this right here. You see he's Trippy Red, Lil Uzi, Lil Pump.
Little Uzi.
Yeah.
Little Uzi look ambiguous?
No, not his skin tone, Travis. The tattoos and piercings and stuff.
Okay.
You got
Kind of like Tekashi 6ix9ine.
exactly. So that image. So when they came up with this, now, is that the image that is hip hop now?
You have a lot of biracial people.
It's not just the biracial. I'm talking about the aesthetics, the hair, the colored hair, the tattoos, the weirdness is what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. Like Yachty and all this, not just the racially ambiguous one. It's the younger rappers in general. They tend to look this way. He might have been the first one. Or Lil Wayne. He came with the tattoos and stuff. He didn't have the colored dreads. So it's gotten worse and worse. And now this is what the AI say is the image. So now, They said that this AI, the voice is by a real person, but the lyrics and stuff is AI generated. So it comes up with its own lyrics. So when they got this backlash, they signed this character, and people got angry and said, "What are you doing? You trying to replace the artist with AI?" Which we keep hearing about, is AI's taking over. AI's taking over. The truck drivers, you got these cars coming or these trucks coming that's going to drive themselves. The way they taught this technological advances is, it's only going to affect manual jobs. But now it's coming into the creative spaces. Now the people who are creative people, the AI can replicate you now. So you've been on the internet for the past 20 years now, putting your art, your music, your language, your likeness, all of who you are on the internet. And now they're taking that and using AI to replicate you, the entire human race. If I can get my music from the AI, the beats, the lyrics, my art, I can get AI to drive for me, deliver to me, build for me. What do I need you for? You just flesh and bone. You just a meat bag now.
But that's also why they want to depopulate
the world too. But they call you a useless eater. You're not really necessary. Goyim. But they're talking about people who are non-Jewish. You got to thin the hood. So they fought. They not fought, but they kind of made an uproar across the internet, and they dropped him immediately. But he still exists. Well, they dropped him, but he still exists. I think he has 10 million followers on TikTok with over 135 million likes. That means he's not going nowhere. He's still going to be monetized in some way. He might not sign a record deal. He'll get endorsements. Somebody will endorse the dudes behind him. Hey, put this McDonald's ad in one of your videos. Your AI generated video, because we don't even need cameras no more. You can just create the entire scene on a computer. You don't need a lighting person. That entire directors, what's the point of that? What do I need a director for? Producer? So now they're coming for the music industry. And then they say, well, who owns the music industry? Now, this is something else. The AI rapper who says the N-word fabricating police brutality. This is something they put on his Instagram. Him getting beaten by police because he won't snitch. Now, these are two white guys that created this character. So this is how they view hip-hop. Thugs that don't snitch. Streets, gang-banging violence. Only recently. Maybe since, what they call them? NWA. That's when the gangster rap started. But see, they did it from the standpoint of, this is how I live. This is what my environment is. Now I'm from the suburbs, but I'm a rap about stuff I've never been a part of. A neighborhood I never grew up in, and a gang I have no ties to. So that's kind of a difference. If I come from that and I'm rapping about what's there, am I glorifying it? Or am I just telling what it is? That comes into 21 Savage recently when he came out against gun violence. And it's like, but you make music about shooting people. And he goes, well, that's the environment I come from. I've seen this stuff. I'm not glorifying it because I rap about it. And it's like, but you didn't say in your music, this isn't right. You were just saying, this is what I do. This is what I will do. Let me see this right here. This is the person who wrote the article. I'm going to read some of this article because that's something we got to show. Where is it at? He said, industry blackout has released a statement to XXL in the wake of a virtual AI rapper FM Meka being dropped from Capitol Records. The organization sent an open letter to the label earlier today saying that the artist and label to terminate its partnership. We feel it's with great victory that Capitol Records terminated their contract with FM Meka. However, in fact, this happened to begin with, shows how much work is still ahead of us. The statement starts, we're glad so people amplify the voices we heard so quick on Black issues and the actions led to results. There should be precedent that shows that Black and brown voices can unify behind issues and get things done.
Black and brown voices. Who are the brown voices?
That's the industry blackout people. And you go, what does this have to do with brown people?
Who are brown people?
And there's been a big, Lord have mercy, the last couple of days, it's been really big on the hip hop thing. Who owns hip hop? Who started hip hop? It's getting more and more, what's the word, divisive, as they say.
You know, it's always funny when it's funny now that Black Americans are, you know, dividing and, you know, taking ownership of what's theirs and saying, you know, when we created this, we did this, and other people are saying, no, that's divisive. You know, hip hop, it belongs to everybody. Everybody can do hip hop, but they have their own cultural music.
Yeah.
Like Mexicans, they have their own cultural music.
Yeah.
But we brought this up, the fact that La Bamba is not even damn. That's the Black Americans who went down into Mexico. That's a folk song, and they use that song.
Yep. This is a song right here by the AI rapper here.
He said moonwalking.
With a shot, yeah.
So he got the glove, like you said, Michael Jackson.
And this is who they created as this rapper. Now, keep in mind, this Clothing Supreme, I wonder if they sponsor this. Or will they be willing to sponsor this? What about that fake car back there? If that's based off of an actual luxury car, would they be willing to sponsor something like this? I ain't even got to give you a real car. I can give you a fake car now and sponsor it. Just put my name on it. But yeah. Now I'm going to go to this right here. It's the person who control it. So the AI rapper FM Meka is controlled by a white guy who repeatedly gets it to say the N-word in its lyrics. How you feeling about this? Now he said that this thing comes up with his own lyrics. Now is it possible he's lying because he don't want to take credit for what it's saying? So you don't think it's coming up with his own lyrics? Well, do you think he possibly, him and whoever with him, possibly
Who's the rapper?
You mean who the rapper?
This is the AI. This is his voice.
I don't know who voice it is. It says it's based off a real person though. Why?
I just would like to know what race.
What does that matter?
We need to know.
Oh,
It doesn't matter what race the person is that they're saying the voice and stuff.
yeah, what does it matter?
So it don't matter to you.
I'm asking, what would it matter?
It would matter whether is he black, is he white?
What I'm saying, what would be the point?
Because then it's like a white person saying the N-word.
But the character's not even. So if it's a black person behind this, then it's like, well, it's the N-word. But if it's okay, I was saying either way.
What did they define his race?
He's just ambiguous, racially ambiguous.
So once again, hip hop is for everybody.
Yeah. Now look, this is a song he got called Florida Water, and guess who got the song with? Gunna. So an actual artist who has status did a song with the AI.
That's the only artist that's done a song with him so far.
I didn't look up everybody. I just use him as an example. Don't want to show this. Now, I told you this discussion about owning. There was a discussion about owning hip hop. I don't know why it's just hip hop. Is it because it's the most popular genre? Because it seems to be the only one that's being disputed right now. Because everybody remember that video I showed a few months ago of the New Zealand people in the hip hop documentary saying that hip hop belongs to everybody and doesn't belong to one race? This people from New Zealand. Exactly. And they wouldn't let you call that global. So this right here, so the Mexican thing, there was a Mexican guy a few weeks ago who said that he would never sign to a black label. He would only sign to a Mexican label. The prison code, you stick with your people, you don't da-da-da-da. I'm not gonna sign to a black label because why wouldn't I sign with my own? Because when I'm making my music, you don't care about me, but then when I pop off, now you want me on your label. And it was like, what?
What does he mean? I mean, there ain't too many people that
What do you mean? He said he just went sign with a black person, not just label a black person in general.
He said he's only going to assign to his people.
Yeah.
Hispanics.
Yeah.
So if a white person offered him a deal, he ain't taking it.
He ain't saying that about white people.
Okay.
The point is, he said he's not signing to anybody that unless they're Hispanic. But listen to this. Is it possible? Now I came up with this thought about the job of each generation and how they affect the control and creative process of the whole generation. Our great grandparents dealt with Jim Crow, Great Depression, all that type of stuff. Our grandparents dealt with Jim Crow, segregation, redlining, all that stuff. Our parents dealt with the 80s crack epidemic. And then, all industrial, criminal, complex. But anybody born the millennial, 1980 to about 1996, I'm saying it's different between growing up in it and being an adult going through it. Because the pressures of you being a part of it is there. If you're 5 years old, you really shouldn't have no pressure to be doing crack. If you were 25, you got your friends and all the other stuff. You're seeing people fall to this disease, as you can call it, this drug. You're a kid, you're growing up, and you might see your parents going through it, so you deal with it, huh? Yeah, you deal with it a different way. But what did each one of those things lead to? After the crack epidemic, the 90s was what is considered the greatest golden era for a lot of people, not all people, a lot of people, of music. The 90s. If you go back to the other stuff, you had the 60s, you had the 70s, and you had each generation created something that defined the entire generation. What has, since the year 2000, been defined as a generation that wasn't already been doing before that? That's offshoot of hip hop. I didn't say we. Yeah, okay. I'm saying what came since then? What's a tribulation in the last 22 years? Yeah, what is the defining tribulation in the last 22 years? Obviously, the 80s crack epidemic. You had a heroin epidemic. They were getting shot then, and it was worse then. They were getting lynchings. I don't think that's what's going to define this era. I think what's going to define this era is a reboot to the culture. I think you got a lot of black people looking around saying, this need a reboot. A lot of stuff been built up the last 100 years, and now it's getting contaminated, poisoned. It's time to separate stuff, move stuff around. Oh, you mean having guests come in? Yes. We've had never been allowed to be guests? In the 60s, we were fighting for equality. 67, we were fighting for, we had to fight for the quote unquote minority. Now it's getting to a point where we went through all this stuff, and it's like, okay, now it's time to reboot. It's time to wash certain things away. Even not just people, things that we call culture need to be washed away. Not just people, but culture. Certain things about our culture need to be cut out now. things that have been added to the culture need to be. No, they ain't us.
The people need to let it go. Like I know people might disagree with this, but is affirmative action needed when black people are not, or we can't even get most of the stuff that's affirmative action now? It goes to other different types of minorities.
Well, that's the thing. You went from being denied based off your race to having to compete your minority status. You have to compete your oppression now.
Because you come out and say something has been harming or affecting you, and they'll come out and say
It's been affecting me too. And I'm this right here, and we had to go through this. So now you're competing with the bad shit that happened to you.
Biggest population in the country is going to be white, Asian, and black people. And damn it, if that ain't coming true, I don't know what to say. If you live in the state of Washington, it's more Asian people here than it is black people.
We can't hear Travis at all today. I hear little mumblings in the background. It's like you are talking to yourself. Really? It's like she said you low, and it's like you mumbling. Do you hear me through his mic? No volume for Travis today. It's like Duke is talking to himself. Really? What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? What up, Brandon? Travis got a sore throat or something? Can't hear Travis. The AI learns from thousands of transcripts and generates its own lyrics. AI is insane in tech now. Welcome to globalism. There's no sound for the videos you're playing, dude. Really? No sound. Y'all need to fix sound. How am I going to get my fix to Travis and George talking smack towards each other? Damn it. Say something.
Wow, this whole time we've been talking.
Oh, yeah, your voice. Your mic go out or something? Hold on, y'all. He muted his. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
Oh, this thing keep automatically muting itself.
He muted himself, y'all.
I did not mute myself.
See, this is what happens when you use new stuff, but you don't know how it works.
Damn.
So they say they can't hear the sound from the video.
Can y'all hear me now? Wow.
Let us know if you can hear them. I think they said they couldn't hear the video either. So let me try to. Okay. I don't think I need to turn it all the way up. I'm put it on just 65.
You had it on 72 last time.
That's the headphones. That's not the mics. Y'all let us know if y'all can hear them yet. Okay, yes, I'm back. Made it home. What up, George? Unfortunately, I can try.
Fuck you, George.
Oh, Lord. All right, so y'all can hear it now. Let me know if y'all can hear it. I'm going to play a video and see if y'all can hear that. Hold on. I hope y'all can hear that.
Yeah, Duke over here performing witchcraft on the damn mic. That's what's going on.
Nigga, you hit the damn mute button.
No, I didn't touch the mic.
All right, man.
It's a setup. Sad. Shit's sad, man.
Okay.
Your own people be your downfall.
Brandon said, I got my fix. George came in talking shit. All right, let's show this right here. Now this right here, when I saw this is Black Entertainment Television, by the way. And notice they still ain't told us who run. They haven't made it public, at least on the internet, who actually runs BET. But look at what BET tweeted out. Latinos have been present in hip hop since the very beginning. Check out Respect Due BET on YouTube to explore the intersections of Latino and hip hop. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, you put them on YouTube.
All right, you get the point.
Fat Joe is pushing this propaganda.
It's
the
Fat
real
Joe.
Roxanne. We have a Roxanne Shante. What she mean, the real Roxanne? So there was a Latino that named himself the real Roxanne?
I don't know. But obviously, Fat Joe has something to do with this. What is Fat Joe doing right now? Because it seems like he's trying to,
I can't stand his fat
his way
ass.
into people looking at him as the face of hip hop. Now look at this.
You did terrible on verses.
This is what he tweeted. This is Fat Joe. He said, "You gotta believe." You heard it from Kaz. Kaz is, considered one of the foundations of hip hop, at least. And this is what he had to say. Okay.
Wow, who threatened to whoop your ass?
That's what I.
Them Latinos got y'all niggas scared.
It seems like Fat Joe is trying to pull some strings to prove to something. But look, this is what Kaz had to say in that Vlad interview.
He said directly.
What?
What made him do a whole
180? Look, man, I said the same thing.
It wasn't Fat Joe. Somebody else told him to say this. It's propaganda being pushed for this black and brown thing. I don't know why.
I said the same thing in the California situation. When the guy video leaked of him saying the N-word and all this other stuff, how the black dude, he was so quick to be like, nah, let's fix this. It's like, y'all niggas, are y'all scared? Are y'all scared? Like, what's going on? I mean, if you're scared, go to church. Like the OG said, you scared, go to church. But it's just so obvious what they're doing. So now you're telling me through BET, you're getting a man to change his words. He said something totally different. Now
he was very serious about what he's talking about. That wasn't old casual.
He was very a matter of fact about it.
Like, yeah, he was like, they literally used to get upset with my best friend hanging out with me saying, what you doing hanging out with that?
He was pointing out how racist they were. He was pointing out they didn't want to be a part of hip hop. But now they're saying it was there at the foundation. Like they helped create it. And that's another thing. They stopped using the word create. And now they're saying influence, were a part of, participated in the very early stages. And he's saying they didn't. Now he's changing his language. Well, I had a crew. There was some Puerto Ricans. You said it was.
You said you had one friend that was Puerto Rican, half Puerto Rican, half Cuban.
3-4 that you was in your crew. When your crew start?
He lying.
All right. But that's his word. I can't make him change his word.
I can tell you when he's telling a lie.
I want to show y'all this too. AI creating art is an ethical and copyright nightmare. So look at this right here. I want to show this. As this one part I want to show. So what they come to with this is, look, obviously the thing people think about when you talk about AI creating art is copyright. Who owns it? So do you call an AI a person? Are they a citizen? Remember Google, a whistleblower came out and said that their AI got a soul. So how?
Yes.
They're trying to make them people.
Yes, they're trying to make them people because they're trying to replace
if they're
them
people,
with you.
If they're people, do you pay them?
Exactly.
And if you pay them, who gets it? The person who owns the AI?
The person who owns the AI.
But who owns the AI? Google?
Exactly.
Sony?
So they're trying to once again, they're trying to eliminate you and create something that they can profit off of themselves and put money back in their pocket.
If this works, I want to show y'all something right quick. I showed you this already about AI creating art. You know they heard that. You could be 10 damn, you could be 100 yards over their mic. They heard that damn sneeze. All right. I don't know if y'all heard of this. Let me go ahead and go back.
Do I get a bless you in the comment?
All right, bless you, man.
You don't ever say bless you.
I do.
You ill-mannered.
I'm ill-mannered. All right. There's no sound of it. We don't need a video sound to hear the truth of the matter, but Travis can say to mute. Travis should know. The sound still ain't working for.
I knew he was going to say something when I said lying.
So they saying the sound for the video just ain't working. So we got to do something about that. Not now. It's got to be in the future. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Ain't nothing we could do about that. Basically, the cast dude in the first video was saying how Latinos were a part of it. He's heard people using his clip to say that he denied Latinos being a part of hip hop in the early stages, but then now he's 180 in his opinion, saying they were there. And the second clip with DJ Vlad, he was basically saying there was only one, my friend. They didn't F with us. They called us Marinos. My friend had to knock him out and beat him up in order for them to leave us alone. So he changed his opinion on the matter.
Because he didn't want to get knocked out like he used to.
All right. So there's this site I found. You might have heard it called Midjourney. This site allows you to use the AI to create anything you could think of. So I'm going to do this right here. We'll say, what should I put? Think of something quickly. He always do this. When you ask him to say something on the spot, a name of a video, a name of a damn title, something, anything.
Because I have a thinking process.
We'll say man with mic on stage.
You should have said man who can't stay away from pink toes.
I should have pink toes in there. But man with a mic on stage, we'll say spotlight. Let's say what's it called? What's the engine? Realistic. Now let's go. Now what it'll do is it'll change. Hold on. All right, here you go. What this AI would do then is paint out or draw
something to the effect of what you
said. As you can see, it's already doing it. This is just some little tool on Discord. Now I find it funny. I type man and
you got to put black.
White. You have to put black, otherwise everything is automatically based white. It's white people created it, so
that's what they do. I mean, it's their stuff, so why would they have other? Makes sense.
Exactly. But when we talk about this, and I talked about, have we lost creativity because we're giving all of it to the computer?
Yes.
We give our voices to auto-tune, AI. We give our writing
or what did it create?
AI. Oh, let me go to it now. Now, this is what it came up with. Look at that, man on stage with a mic, spotlight. Now, you can go super deep with this.
You can.
You can, like, anything you can think of in your head, this AI will draw different variations of it. You can keep, spamming it and come up with different things each time. You can upscale it to make it look more realistic. You can make it photorealistic. You can make it all type of, you can use real world pictures and they'll give you variations of real pictures and stuff. This is where AI is. This is just a little tool. Like, this ain't even. So I'm not surprised when you hear about AI rappers at all.
Yeah.
Let me go and move to something else. Now look at this. Right now, 3 companies, Warner Records, Universal Music Group, and Sony Music Group, control around 90% of the depictions of hip-hop. At the same time, 2 companies, CoreCivic, formerly CCA Corrections Corporations of America, and GEO Group, own almost all the private prison beds in the USA. What connects these 2 industries together? Vanguard and BlackRock, which are the largest shareholders in both media and prisons. We've been talking about BlackRock buying up the houses. They buying up everything. And it just so happened they also have a lot of shares in the music industry and in the prison.
Well, why they buying up all the houses?
Well, they doing that because they don't want you to live in the house. They want you to live in an apartment.
Exactly. They want everybody to be in an apartment stacked on top of one another, living in boxes.
Look at any movie. Look at most movies from the future.
Everybody's in. No, ain't no most.
Well, yeah, all movies. When you talk about those movies about the future, they always have them living in tiny apartments. They always have them.
And the cities is always trashy.
Yeah, it's trashy. It's
dark, gloomy.
They got flying cars, but it's trash everywhere. It's dirty. They live in these tiny apartments. Like an apocalypse happened, and they just came out of it with a little bit more technology or something. It's crazy. All right, let me go back here. All right, let me Diddy addresses his controversial RnB is dead comments after sparking debate. Once
again,
is
dead.
We talked about it. The reason why RnB ain't doing well because people ain't got the soul no more. They're not going through church. You're not singing a spiritual way. You are singing a spiritual way.
And you
are corrupted spirit.
And you made a point about this before. How back in the day they used real instruments.
Exactly.
Especially for R&B.
They had bands behind them. So go ahead.
It was live music that was being recorded behind them when they were in the recording studio. Now it's just
it's a AI. It's a computer making a sound. There's no soul. I can play a drum. I can hit the drum the same way anybody else can, but guess what? The way I hit it each time, I can make it sound a little different. I can put more of me in the music. When I play a guitar, I ain't just pressing a button on the computer to make a sound, make a note. I can play it a different way each time. The flute, the trumpet, all these clarinet, these instruments brought more soul to the beat, and then you had an actual singer, not with auto-tune.
Hold on, not everybody sing with auto-tune.
Name 5 right now.
Damn. Jasmine Sullivan don't sing with auto-tune.
What? I ain't heard her in a while.
She had an album that came out. Chris Brown album. Some of it did not have auto-tune.
Let me say this about Chris Brown. The first half of that album is typical, hip-hop with some R&B, a rapper on a beat. The second half of that album is R&B.
I don't like her.
Her?
Her.
What's her name? Daniel. She got something to do. Daniel Caesar.
She a fake Prince. She's trying to be like Prince.
Anyway, let's get back to this. So Diddy made a point to say is dead. He said Diddy sparked a lot of debate last week after he declared that RnB is dead. During our Instagram live with Timberland on Saturday, the mogul took to Twitter to clarify what he meant. It's been 3 days of debate. This is to clarify the message. It's not disrespect anybody. He tweeted. This conversation has been out of love and purposely wanted to bring attention to RnB. It was something that I saw the effect of hip hop and R&B balance. That balance is honestly the realness when it comes together. Melodies, vulnerability, and most importantly, love. Well, hip hop kind of killed R&B.
It did.
When you got Mary J and all them jumping on these, what they call that sound? Hip hop R&B, that sound they was doing in the late 90s.
It wasn't New Jack. It was New Jack.
Kind of that sound, but not Yeah, New Jack and Mary kind of did something. They took it even further, where they made hip hop even more so. It went from pop basically to hip hop with a singer on it.
Well, yeah, hip hop definitely killed R&B because they don't even go get R&B singers no more to do the hooks. They just do auto tune.
Yeah, they get it auto tune and do the melody they sell. Lay down the backgrounds.
And you know, and when they do that auto tune and the way they sing it, it kind of sounds demonic. It ain't kind of, it do.
Like what's his name?
Travis Scott.
Travis Scott did it when they had that.
When he had
Astroworld
concert in Texas.
Yeah, and he was doing that sound when someone passed out. Yeah,
that's like what Bones, Thug, and Harmony be doing.
Oh Lord, they was out and out. Admitted they had witches for family members, but yeah.
Yeah, that's why, because a lot of our music has demonic elements to it now too. You could say that's why it's dead.
Kanye West came and said it. How the 808s is low vibration. It's not what our bodies is used to. Your body, we know this is a fact. Your body has an energy. Your body has a vibration. And when you hear music that's above that, it makes you sound better. When you hear music below that, it makes you sound worse.
Well, all music, depending on what music you're listening to, is going to put you in a different state of thinking or feeling. Like if you hear church music, some of it, because some church music sound like R&B music lustful. Now.
Some church music.
We could go back to BB and CC Weiner. If you listen to their songs,
I can play you some gospel songs and have you take out God
and put in
man or woman, and it'll sound the same.
That's BB and CC. I'm like, who they singing to? They singing to each other. They singing to their wit. They singing to the Most High. Who they singing to?
I didn't know they were brother and sister.
I definitely knew they was brothers and sisters.
I thought they were husband and wife.
They were Well, I told you we can't go down that. That's
can't even go down there.
Can't go down that road because
But yeah, so basically, Diddy has a new label coming called Love. This is part of the reason why he's doing it, to bring publicity.
Yeah, Diddy has a new label called Love. I wonder how much love these artists are gonna have to put into Diddy.
Didn't he try to change his name to Buddy Love or something?
Buddy Love. He just want to be your buddy and provide him with a little love.
Usher responds that Diddy claimed that RnB is dead. He sounds nuts. It sounds crazy, especially knowing he was a pioneer in understanding and beneficiary of it.
Usher can't put nuts and Diddy in the same sentence.
Oh yeah, there was a rumor.
They were in the bed together. There ain't no rumor.
It was a rumor. We don't have facts, allegedly. So basically,
but this is when he was like 15.
I don't know. Basically, Usher came out and said it's not dead. Keep in mind, Usher got an album coming, so
they're trying to revive.
Yeah.
R&B, because let me tell you, RSVP, Ray J, Bobby Valentino, Sammy, and Pleasure P, they did not do R&B no justice on that stage that night. Omarion did not do R&B no justice on that stage.
You think
Mario brought it back home, at least.
Somewhat. Usher added, the source is that R&B added a breath of life that was breath into hip hop. It wouldn't be. There would be no hip hop if there were no R&B. So it's blasphemous to hear people say anything, especially hip hop cats, say anything about R&B. For some reason, people took this as some type of disrespect. Elsewhere, Diddy returned this summer with his first new song in 5 years, teaming up with Bryson Tiller,
who is
anthem, Gotta Move.
Has Bryson Tiller helped R&B or has he
heard
it?
Well,
because at first I didn't know if Bryson Tiller was an R&B singer. Same thing as Tory Lanez. You don't know if they rapping or if they singing.
That's another problem. Too many rappers want to be singing. Too many singers want to be rappers.
Because nobody don't want to have to pay to get people to come in and sing hooks.
Chris Brown responds that Diddy saying R&B is dead. Respectfully, shut up. And he had a little rant. He said, when was the last time you heard a slow song on the radio? I'll tell you what I did hear on the radio. Beyonce in Seattle.
We live in Seattle. And when I was at work, which I don't really like having the radio on, but I have it on sometimes for my staff. I heard Beyonce. I was like, I came around the corner. I said, who is that? Because they typically don't play black artists on the radio up here.
Yeah. Unless you go to a station.
This is a friendly at work station.
Yeah.
That was on.
and they was playing Beyonce.
which means
The album can't
them
fail.
sales was low.
And they can't let that fail.
And she tried to get on every station that she could to help get them sales up.
But yeah, you're not gonna hear really slow R&B songs on radio unless you go to an actual radio
R&B station.
R&B station.
Now we from North Carolina.
Yeah, Foxy.
Foxy 99, the Big Stick. I think it's 10 something point something. That 10 was it 107 something?
Yeah.
They only played R&B music, slow music.
Yeah.
Now Foxy 99 was more so hip hop and R&B,
too.
more newer music. But in the South, you hear R&B music, but up here, you're gonna hear some Coldplay. You're gonna hear the Fray. You're gonna hear all types of Nickelback. You're gonna hear all type of stuff up here. You know, you're not gonna come
Rascal
across
Flatts.
Tevin Campbell,
Nah.
SWV. You're not gonna hear that up here.
Can't say that no more.
R. Kelly, Turn Back the Hands of Time.
That song is impressive. But anyway, niggas are saying that army is dead. Respectfully, shut up. He said people nowadays want fast food instead of real meat. Don't blame the real singers out here because what channels do you people have to see music videos? BET damn sure don't. Neither does MTV. And then the industry are forcing shit of people when the real music lovers know that shit is garbage.
What did MTV replace? Who was on there? Rob and Dirt.
No, so
He literally took over
the whole network.
The network.
So you got BET that don't play videos no more. What?
I don't have cable TV, so can y'all let me know if Rob is still on?
Oh no, we could check. I checked the
MTV?
listings. Yes, he's still on there.
He's still on there? Okay.
So BET don't play music no more. Music videos. They
They
don't have
just-
a video channel. They don't have a video show. MTV really don't play. I doubt they play. Probably in the morning.
You remember they
maybe.
used to have the music channels in the 900s?
Yeah. Remember what?
Contemporary, R&B, rock.
Does that still exist?
I don't know. I don't have cable.
But it's already all the way in the 800s or whatever.
Fuse used to be a channel.
Yeah.
You had the what's it called? Neo Soul used to have their own music channel dedicated to them.
Tough. Hitmaker says Diddy lost his whole damn mind for saying R&B is dead. I don't think he did. I think his purpose was to bring more attention to it so that when he dropped his songs or album or whatever, it'd have more attention behind it. So,
Stir up a little controversy.
yeah, just a little bit. Blinded by police. My search for fellow survivors of an alarming trend. Before we go there, let me do something right quick. Let's see. Latinos was a part of breakdancing. The devil P. Diddy should know. The Winner's Return, the greatest gospel album. The Winner's Return is the greatest gospel album ever. How they gonna revive R&B when most of the folks can't sing? Ain't that sad? This is we're talking about the niggas. That's why I was saying how we lost creativity.
No, I think that
How we lost the.
I think the Most High is allowing your light to be dimmed.
Did we lose the soul?
The soul is gone. I told you that.
I knew it was getting.
If you want to hear
weird.
good music, it's sad. You got to go back and put on some music in the early 2000s, the 90s, the 80s, the 60s, 70s.
I ain't gonna say there's no good music now.
What good songs have you heard come out? You're not take away
Okay,
Chris Brown.
I like the Chris Brown. I liked the Chris Brown album.
Chris Brown had a good album. Let's exclude
Okay,
him.
I like Kendrick Lamar's album.
I'm talking about R&B.
Oh, R&B. Yeah.
Joe Budden keep promoting this
What's her name?
Soleil.
No, it's called
What's her name? Soul.
What's her name? I forgot her name now.
If y'all type in R&B, at least the first 15, 20 people you're going to see are going to be biracial people from the UK.
Yeah.
Or some ambiguous looking person. I don't know what's going on. I'm not saying, but I'm saying R&B is dead for me. In this era, it's dead. Jasmine Sullivan, she has it. She can sing.
Is Black American R&B dead or is R&B dead?
The problem is,
Why don't you just answer that question?
I'm trying to explain it. If you give a nigga a chance,
just say which one.
give a nigga a chance and I'll explain it to you. Calm down.
Okay.
I feel like the R&B is it's toxic.
Oh yeah, the toxic
Like,
R&B.
I don't like when like
I don't want a song telling me how much of a piece of shit I am.
or I don't want a song telling me
These hoes
how
ain't
much of
shit.
a whore you are.
Yeah.
Either.
Yeah. I don't want you to see. There used to be a time when they would sing about heartbreak,
Like
and somehow you would want to dance to it.
now, listen, it's a difference between R. Kelly and Sparkle. You better be careful what you say to me. There was a woman and a man getting out their grievances in a song, and it made
the
sense.
melody. They weren't trying to be rappers.
Now everything just sound
Fuck you.
toxic.
Fuck you.
Because
Fuck you.
that's the state of the black community on the internet.
Kendrick Lamar's album, We Cry Together. That's it.
The black man and the black woman attacking one another and going back and forth with one another on the internet.
Exactly.
That's the state of the community.
And that's why I said it's time for a reset. All right. So there's this thing going around saying that the police officers are going around purposely blinding people.
Well, they purposely going around shooting people, allegedly.
So the cops are using because some of them are told they have to use non-lethal weapons, and they're using them, but they're purposely aiming for places that can lead to long-lasting injuries.
They can't hear the video, so
oh yeah,
we just got to explain it to them.
There ain't no point of even showing this.
It's just gonna put up a whole bunch of. You can skip through it.
Yeah, so they show all the incidents. His brother talked about how it happened to him. I think a sister
recently laid off.
Retail clerk. He in between
jobs. That's what it would be on a court show.
But yeah, so basically they said they're going around shooting people in the eyes, leaving them blind in one eye, and they say this has become a normal thing. Now look at this right here. I saw this. Shout out to I don't know who this is. She is a Bahamian woman.
Uh-oh.
Listen to this shit, y'all. Though which the black fat is always made the beast, the other, the fugitive. In the late 1990s and early 2000s, following the Clinton administration, which helped to cement the rapidly growing mass incarceration rates in black communities. Prosecutors in Cook County, Illinois played a game. The game's name was masked under the pseudonym The Two-Ton Contest. But among the prosecutors and judges alike, the game was more affectionately referred to as niggers by the pound. The sole objective was to be the first person to prosecute as many black people, most of whom were men, it took to amount to 4,000 pounds. The more one person weighed, the more points they were worth. Nicole Gonzalez Van Cleve, who is a professor in the sociology department at Brown University, inserts more details about this in her book. Here's how you play. Look at the weight of the defendant in the case file, convict the defendant, and then tally the weight as a conquest to earn yourself points for the pounds. One strategic tip: conviction of the heaviest defendants are worth big points in the game, so you must offer them good plea deals, regardless of their crime, to incentivize the conviction of the fattest defendant. Be the first prosecutor to convict 4,000 pounds of niggers, and you win.
Wow. So the fatter you are, the better plea deal you got. You probably got less time based on how fat you were. But they were just trying to get you locked up.
But they were just playing a game with your life.
Exactly, because that's how they view you. Your entertainment.
How bored you got to be as a prosecutor to just do something like this?
Or how much do you hate a group of people that you would just use them as something to make fun of, and because you're bored. That's how much they hate you.
Florida deputy resigns after pulling gun on a pregnant black mother during traffic stop. Ebony Washington said she didn't immediately stop when an officer tried to pull her over in Bradford County on August 12th because it was dark and she didn't want to scare her kids. So this black woman was driving. I think she was speeding.
She was going 70-something miles per hour in a 50-something mile. Yeah.
So she was driving. The cops, flag her down. She turned her caution lights on and lets them know I'm going to a place that's lit up, because this is in the middle of a dark area. There's no lights. So she drove to a convenience store, parked, got out of the car. The cop came out with his gun drawn, told her if she moved, that'd be the last time she moved. He then put her in cuffs, You know, the typical procedure, checked her and all that stuff. She made sure to tell her child that was in the car to record because she didn't know what was going to happen. He resigned immediately. And you just go, so why are you so scared and you a cop? If you're scared, why are you a cop? They turn their caution lights on to let you know.
I see you. I'm acknowledging you.
I'm acknowledging you to pulling me over. But you still are in fear. And I get it. In some instances, you still got to be careful, but damn.
I mean, what he thought, the kid in the car was going to hit him from the car? I mean, what? She got out of the car?
Yeah, it's crazy. I can't show the video.
Because y'all ain't going to be able to hear it.
I don't get it.
Sorry, y'all. We, you know.
This is ghetto. Sorry.
It ain't, hold on now.
No, I can't.
It ain't ghetto.
I didn't get a chance to show Travis this video. So he going to hear this. I got to let him hear this. Y'all not going to be able to hear this. I'll just talk through it, some of it. Hold on. I think I know why the sound not working. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. Yeah. All right, y'all should, when I play this video now, y'all should be able to hear it. Let me know if y'all can hear this video I'm about to play. R&B and hip hop both died around 96. The Wayne in his heart, yeah. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear this video or not.
Well, it's interesting George would say that because that's when Mary J. Blige came in around 90.
Around 90, 94. Something like that. 93,
she is called the queen of...
What was it, pop? Not pop.
Hip hop.
Yeah.
Not R&B.
Hip hop. All right, let me know if y'all can hear this or not.
Frustration and anger that he was presenting to me. I didn't want him to feel uncomfortable with me having to put.
I think it's the queen of R&B because Ashanti is a princess of R&B, so she got to be the queen of R&B.
Who?
Mary.
They say hip hop.
Somebody gonna correct me.
Well, let them correct
I think it's R&B.
You don't know. Just say you don't know.
I know. I just don't know which one it is. I know.
Okay.
Put my hand back in the window to unlock my door and put my hand back in the window to take my seatbelt off. So I wanted to make sure he was aware. And then when he proceeded to say that, I was like, well, I was speeding, you know? So I was a little nervous and confused at that time, as well as afraid because of the things that he was saying to me. That's why I informed my daughter to record and the other one to call their dad, my husband. So it was very different.
Well, we played the clip of you explaining to the deputy why you drove to the gas station, and you explained that you were married, you have a master's degree, the kids were in the car. Why'd you tell him all that information?
Because he had, I felt like he viewed me in a different light. I felt like by the things he was saying, he was kind of trying to bait me to be outside of my character, to kind of be a little more aggressive, to maybe even resist. And so
Virginia said, Ashanti, the queen of R&B, on what planet?
Ashanti's supposed to be the princess of R&B. That's why I think Mary J. Blige is labeled as the queen of R&B. I'm just telling you the labels that they've gave these people. I don't put these people. But Ashanti did win the verse between her and Keisha Cole.
She didn't.
Like, maybe if I informed him of these things, that I'm not, you know, maybe that type of person that he's usually, he may have been used to dealing with, an African American that is more aggressive, or someone is more outspoken. And so I felt like if I explained to him that I'm this type of person, or I'm a well put together woman, that he wouldn't be so aggressive with me.
I'm not like them.
So she tried to go with that route, and he still...
When I saw this, I was like, no, she didn't say that. I'm not like the other ones. I'm one of the good ones.
Well, you saw that. That's what she said in an interview with her husband. She said, how did she say it? She said, not all of us are bad. Some of us are actually good. There are actually good black people out here. She said that. Well, with the image that's being portrayed, she probably felt like she needed to say that. Hold on, Don Lemon. We're not gonna let his ass go. Y'all see how Don Lemon looking?
What's wrong with him?
Is it me or do these people look way older? Or is it because I don't have cable TV and I don't see them? Are they not getting their blood from the kids anymore, allegedly? They're not able to do that now?
He look his age.
He just like his age has sped up since the last time I saw him, which was what, a couple months ago when we talked about him?
I don't know. Slavery Remembrance Day should be on all of our calendars. Did you know it was Slavery Remembrance Day?
I ain't never heard of it before.
The day raises awareness for the horrors of slavery and honors its victims. It also commemorates an 1791 uprising in Haiti that led to the abolition of the transatlantic slave trade.
That led to the what?
Abolition. What?
Okay. So they giving Haiti the credit for
the International Day
kicking off the rebellion?
I guess the International Day of Remembrance and Slave Trade and its abolition is observed on August 23rd every year. The United Nations Education, Scientific, and Cultural Organizations. That's the same place that UNESCO place. That's the same place that said they need to crack down on misinformation on Dr. Fauci, vaccines, and all that stuff. They want to control speech. So keep in mind, it's the same people that said that. Designated the day, it was the first commemorated on August 23rd, 1998 in Haiti and on Gorée Island in Senegal on August 23rd, 1999. So is it a Haitian holiday or Remembrance Day?
That's what it sounds like to me. I ain't never heard of it before.
I mean, so, I guess it's we consider Haitian.
I guess so.
So,
that shit do with me.
Biden's statement on Slavery Remembrance Day. Oh, God, I got to do this now.
Stop.
Biden's statement on Slavery Remembrance Day targets whitewashers. The president's remarks were clear. Truly great nations don't need to hide from their history. President Joe Biden on Saturday released a brief statement in recognition of Slavery Remembrance Day, the newly established day on reflections meant to acknowledge slavery's role in the United States founding legacy. Representative Al Green, Democrat Texas, and Senator Elizabeth Warren, Massachusetts, introduced a resolution last year seeking federal recognition of August 20th as Slavery Remembrance Day. So wait, so the first one is in Haiti. They celebrate theirs on the 23rd. They did one in America to be celebrated on August 20th. I said August, so December. August 23rd. Now they want to do one in America for August 20th. Why did they change the date?
Maybe they want a different date for the one here in America.
The date in 1619, when the first slave ship arrived in the American colonies.
Yeah.
The resolution is a direct response to Republican officials who tried to ban and whitewash lessons about racial inequality. Though it passed the House last month, the Senate has yet to consider it. They're not. They're not going to do it. But
you never know. They got, they made Juneteenth. That could be another day that they could profit off of.
Yeah.
Slavery Remembrance Day, you get to take the day off. Not everywhere can you take the day off for Juneteenth.
It is federally recognized.
Not in the state of Washington. Because Stephanie, sorry, should have said her name. One of my employees is from Texas. And she was like, and that's their thing. She's like, I should be able to take the day off. Mm-hmm. It's Juneteenth. I'm like,
they ain't giving you shit.
You can walk off the job if you want to.
Yeah, do what you feel.
Do whatever you want to do. I ain't gonna guarantee you employment when you come back.
Black player with cotton in hair at Little League Classic game sparks anger. A video of black baseball player in the Little League having cotton-like material placed in his head by white teammates during Sunday's MLB Little League game classic has led to accusations of racism online. Let me show you the video. Now, this is not going to be a long topic because the parents said, mind your business.
Coolest monkey in the jungle.
Here's what's on my...
Let me know if y'all can hear this or not. I didn't get to see that.
Oh, they still didn't let you know if they heard the other one or not?
Did y'all hear that?
Come on, speak up.
Travis is a slave master in disguise.
I'm a slave master in disguise. Who said that?
George, you know who said that.
Well, hold on. I'm a slave master in disguise, but you out there sleeping with the master pink toes. But I'm a slave master in this. You want to be the slave master. You trying to get me saying.
Oh, yeah.
And you gonna call me a damn slave master. Your ass don't want to be out in the damn field picking cotton and the rest of us. You want to be laying up in the house with Miss Sand.
You want them pink toes.
Sucking on them pink toes.
He said Travis lying. He don't know MJ is the queen of R&B.
Who said that?
George, who you think said it? My husband, this is Regina said, my husband said the stars give themselves those titles. I've heard Beyonce call herself an icon before. That's true. You shouldn't, if you give yourself the title of queen or icon, it's like.
No, I think that, Irv, well, we know why Irv Gotti called Ashanti the princess of R&B.
Exactly.
I think P. Diddy gave, which is his artist, Mary J. Blige, the title of Queen of Soul.
You also said, you correct, Travis. This is Virginia. You correct, Travis. You can definitely see the aging process more since they ain't getting their red sauce fixed.
I told you.
All the rest of them and how
they look terrible.
Strange. Yeah, they look strange.
He look weird. He like a corpse. They vampires. They need their blood.
What's that stuff called?
George probably know what it is. It's in my mind, but I can't get it out.
I ain't had to say it in so long.
Exactly. We ain't been even looking at that type of shit lately.
Yeah. I don't forgot the name of it. I mean, I know the name. I forgot how to pronounce it. Hydroxycodone. No, how you say it? I don't know. And yeah. But yeah, let me go ahead and play this.
My mind. Baseball fans are in an uproar after watching this video. A black kid having cotton put on his hair by a bunch of teammates who are white. Now, this happened during the Red Sox versus Orioles Little League Classic game in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. And these kids are part of the Iowa Little League baseball team. Now, a lot of people voiced their anger on social media about this, tweeting, "This is horrible and cruel. Also, it never ends for us. Each generation instills white supremacy in its children and Americans' favorite pastime, racism." So if you're confused why this is offensive to some people, well, part of America's darkest past was slavery. White people used to own slaves, black people were slaves, and cotton was a huge product that generated wealth in this country. But it came on the backs of enslaved Africans who worked grueling hours.
Enslaved Africans.
Yeah, adrenochrome, he said it. I can't hear this cotton video. God damn it. So it still didn't work. All right, whatever. We're done with the video.
Well, you got to explain what he was saying in the video.
I'm about to. So basically, he's saying that the kid was had the getting cotton put in his head, and the people responded to it. This is racism. And he's pointing out the history, the context of black people in cotton, which is. I guess I go ahead and ask the question.
Far-reaching.
Is reaching?
He sat there and let them put that cotton on his head.
He clearly didn't look like he enjoyed it.
Well, he could have got his ass up and swung on a couple of them and said, "Don't put that shit on my head no more."
But those are his teammates.
His teammates that felt comfortable to put some fucking cotton on his head. So I feel comfortable putting my hands on your ass.
Maybe being the only black kid on the team.
Oh, no, I'm not going to make excuses for that. Him being the only black kid on the team. Oh, he didn't want to be the aggressive stereotype.
He didn't want to seem difficult.
Well, he not difficult. Don't put that shit on my head. You know what I'm going to go get? I'm going to go get some fur off a dog and put it on your damn arms.
They already got it on there.
Exactly.
But
our hair is like cotton.
The mom came out and said, "This is not a big deal. We don't mind this."
Reminds you of the story of the coolest kid, coolest monkey in the jungle over there in the UK.
Who was at H&M? I think
it
was.
He was a model.
And the mom came out and said, "Get out of here with that.
Mind your business. Nonsense."
Yeah, this is nonsense.
She probably was Nigerian. Nonsense.
Here we go with the bud. Okay. Now she was Nigerian. Rich mom accused of throwing bigoted party by NY fireman denies being racist, then admits blatantly racist tweets. I can't even read this whole thing, so that's what I'm gonna say. So a white woman, a couple.
It's hilarious.
I want to read it, but it's too long.
It's like a city council meeting that you would sit in and just hear somebody going back and forth. When I say hilarious, I mean as far as her and her attorney defending
what they did.
So they had a party on Juneteenth,
right? And a fireman, a black fireman, he was pretty much forced to come with his boss. So he went to the party. He felt it was racist, so he came out and said this party was racist. They had KFC buckets in the yard, and they're giving out Hennessy. The way they defended this, they said, well, everybody eats KFC. It's an easy meal. And Hennessy is 70 million people drink that every year. And it's like, come on, bro. But it turns out the wife had a Twitter page, a parody page as they called it.
Just go to the parody page.
She was like racist as hell.
No, tell him what she had out in the yard.
I'm about to show it. So this is what she had in the yard. You see Freedom Day, Juneteenth Freedom Day, right? This is what I told him in the yard she had
buckets of fried
KFC chicken. Well, it was the boxes. It wasn't actual chicken.
Well, she's smart enough to not leave the chicken in the boxes and actually take it in the house.
Yeah, obviously. The defendant called the press conference to address the suit, saying, I am to defend myself from the false claims of racism. She then stunned the room with her subsequent comment. But before I do that, in full disclosure, I do have a Twitter parody account that operates under the veil of a persona, and I have made blatantly racist comments under that persona. This is the type of stuff she was saying. Do I got it on the next page? I think I should go to the next page, yeah. Oh, no, this is the press conference. Hold on. So I gotta click this. So this is the type of stuff this woman who has some level of status. This is a Rochester, I think it is, New York. It's a place in New York. So this is her page. Ho ho homeboy ROC.
Oh, Rock.
Maybe it's like Rock. Maybe they should post a job as zookeeper. 5 weeks before school, in RCSD has 352 teachers vaccine. 352 teacher vaccines. Give me $1. Now,
and she's mainly, well, it wasn't mainly. She was attacking black men in particular.
It says such bullshit. We are in a racist police brutality dry spell. So let's stir it up. Courtesy of mainstream media poison. Bryant should be alive today, says Attorney General Merrick Garland, announcing the federal charges against four current and former Louisville police officers. Rock, mainstream media poison will bring up St. Daniel 321 dry spell. You see, need to keep the hate alive. Now this is something she said. What them council folk been eating? Lordy, look at them. Days big as barns. Even that hand lady. This now, because this is on her Twitter account, it's kind of obvious that what the black people accused the party of being pretty much happened.
The lady said it was freedom of speech. It does not make her racist. She was just having a good old time.
Oh my God.
And was hoping you'd like the content.
So this is them. They was there trying to justify it. Had the lawyer come up and say, this lawsuit is about the party in question. It has nothing to do with her account, her parody account. And that was blatantly racist. This is not, however. And name me one thing they've ever done in their life that's racist.
The Twitter page.
The Twitter page.
And what they doing to the black man that's suing them?
The black dude that's suing them, they suing him for defamation.
Listen, that's just what happens. Every time you look at one of these court shows, the plaintiff is suing the defendant, and the defendant always has some sort of defamation claim that they have towards the plaintiff. Every time. That's just to get back at you and say, they got to come into court and say, you did something to me too. I can't just look like
it's a counter. So you got to sue something. You got to sue for something. Anybody sue you for something, you got to sue them for the same thing or have something else to sue for. Firefighter Gerard Jones, right, and his lawyer.
Gerard Jones.
So this the dude they're suing them, and they suing him for defamation. If I can find, look at this. Let me zoom in. On July 14, a week after the party, the Twitter account Ho Ho Homeboy R Rock tweeted a doctor image of black women scantily clad in tribal clothing, toting buckets of Kentucky Fried Chicken. And what does she have in the front yard at the Juneteenth party?
Fried chicken.
KFC. A couple of weeks later, on July 29th, the account tweeted a racist Kentucky Fried Chicken parody ad marketing Black Lives Platter. The tagline on the ad was "Get digesting while protesting," and promised the meal to be so good you won't be able to breathe.
Wow!
Look at this. So good you won't be able to breathe. That's so fucked up.
That's
I can't breathe.
That's making mockery
of
George.
Garner? That's Eric Garner, the one who said I can't breathe.
Oh, I can't breathe. Floyd Mayweather too. Not Floyd Mayweather.
George Floyd.
I guess he next. George Floyd.
Asked how tweets like those squared with her serving Kentucky Fried Chicken at a party alleged to have been racist, she acknowledged the link but suggested it was coincidental. I'm aware of the perception of KFC. Was that the reason it was in my home? She said, no, it was an easy meal. This is just... Lawyer blames cancel culture. The husband came out and said the reason why this is happening is because people look at us as an elitist, rich couple living in a mansion, and it's political.
No, people look at y'all as an elitist, racist couple.
They said, oh,
that lives in a mansion.
This was supposed to be a liberal bashing party. This had nothing to do with black people.
You know what? If you would have made it liberal, then you would have had things about feminism. You would have had things about the LGBTQ plus. You would have had a whole bunch of things up there. They didn't even talk about Hispanics.
Nope. And look at this. Oh man, what can I say? I ain't did nothings. Know what I'm saying? So
in the teeth.
Oh Lord, you rotten son of a bitch. I said, oh good God. When you find yourself in the hole, stop digging.
Nope. They kept digging.
So the people in the comments was like, this is just
some bullshit.
Yeah.
We know she lying. She's a bigot.
So I don't know what
husband is too.
It seems like they're trying to get the black dude to just drop his shit. Suit
he ain't gonna drop it, brother. Persist on.
Look at this, y'all. 26 years ago, Bill Clinton signed a personal responsibility. Listen, personal responsibility and work opportunity reconciliation act, which instituted work requirements for welfare. He trotted out Lily Hardin as an example of a reformed welfare queen.
Well, that's what they named the black woman, the welfare queen.
She died in poverty in 2014.
Yeah, you know, I don't know if this still go on, but I think that started in the early 2000s.
What?
Where if you were receiving a welfare check, you had to go out and work 15 to 20 hours per week. Matter of fact, they found you a job and assigned you somewhere to go work.
Hours, yeah.
And people stopped working.
So they called you crack babies and welfare queens. They stigmatized every single thing you do. In the 90s, if you was a black man, in the 90s, if you was a black man with a bald head, you was a criminal. Then if you rock dreads, you're a criminal. No, braids, you're a criminal. Then dreads, you're a criminal.
What about waves?
I don't know if they ever criminalized
if you
waves.
rock waves, you're
because it's normally a low cut. So it was looking at it's the only way you would say is if you rock the Caesar.
Your contribution to society Caesar. If you have waves.
Yeah, you cut your hair and rock a low fade.
See, that's why black women don't want us to grow our hair out. They trying to protect us from having those stereotypes on us.
That's been a funny dialogue I've been seeing. Why are all these black men growing their hair out? Please cut your hair.
Well, isn't that kind of what I mean? Are they being serious?
Some of them are being serious.
Okay, then. Well, that's the same thing. How we say we want them to wear their natural hair.
This is my damn hair.
They're saying we don't want you to have long hair. We want you to have waves.
Ashanti sound like my uncle trying to sing.
No, Keisha Cole sound like your uncle trying to sing.
Lee, why you bringing up? Celine Dion takes it made from scared kids. Yeah. Diabetes party. White folks whiten and turning the tide by legislation explaining. Shake my damn head. Pretty much. All right, let me Black workers in California allege their Latino co-workers would write things on bathroom walls like gorillas go back to Africa in lawsuit. Oh boy.
Just like the Tulsa.
The Tulsa?
The Tulsa lawsuit?
What you mean?
Ain't that when the black people were complaining about Hispanic people being racist towards them too?
Tulsa?
I think it was Tulsa.
The only one I know about is, Tesla.
Tesla, sorry.
Yeah.
Today, it's y'all don't understand. We were trying to get the sound from these. 2 hours.
Yeah.
We spent trying to get the sound. So my brain is a little discombobulated.
Black Californians detail racism they allegedly face from Latino workers following massive racial bias. Black Californians are detailing racism they claim to experience at warehouses from Latino co-workers after companies in the state settled lawsuits with Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. We are seeing an increase in larger race harassment cases. Anna Park, regional attorney for the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission's Los Angeles District Office, told the Los Angeles. We talk about California a lot, don't we? I never stepped foot in the damn state, but we talk about it a lot. What the hell is going on?
Never even had a layover.
Damn.
In California.
Told the Los Angeles Times the nature of them has gotten uglier. There are more blatant display of hatred with the N-word, with imagery, with noose. All the violence you've seen in the news is manifesting in employment context. Cardinal Health, a medical supplier and Ryder Integrated Logistics, a transport company subsidiary, settled with EEOC lawsuits last year after accusations that supervisors ignored harassment claims at the warehouses located in California's Inland Empire area. The Los Angeles Times spoke to a handful of black employees who detailed the racist names and discrimination they allegedly faced from Latino coworkers and others. "Hey, monkey, yeah, you," and waved a banana in her hand. A group of women burst out laughing. Benjamin Watkins told the LA Times what a Latino coworker said to him at a Moreno Valley warehouse. The fact that it's called Moreno Valley Warehouse.
George worked at one of those places.
George said, "Fuck you."
Those Hispanics be calling him, the men do. They be,
What he called them, summer bunnies? That's summer bunnies, ain't it?
Those spicy tenders.
When they look you right in the eye and call you the N-word in your face, that's dehumanizing. Why don't they just talk shit back?
Ask George. They scared.
Have niggas lost their roasting ability?
No, niggas lost their hand ability.
Whooping ass.
That's what they've lost.
I've seen a lot of videos of white people trying niggas and they just record. And
instead of them putting hands on them, they want to record. Ain't nothing to record.
Yeah. The accusations also include claims that black employees were often given more labor-intensive jobs compared to other employees, were denied promotion, and faced retaliation from both Latino and white supervisors if they complained about harassment and racism, according to the court filings reviewed by the LA Times. About 300 black workers are set to receive compensation stemming from the settlements, which also include payments from a staffing service company that help supply workers to Ryder. The cases mark the largest race bias suits brought forward by the federal government in California over the last 10 years, according to Los Angeles Times. Cardinal agreed to pay $1.4 million to Ryder, agreed to pay $1 million. Ryder's staffing service, Kimco, also agreed to pay $1 million to black workers. Apple One, a staffing service used by Cardinal, agreed to hold harassment training in both English and Spanish and monitor any racism and abuse.
When did niggas start tolerating this? I remember, and this probably still goes on in that little town we live in. It was a lot of Mexicans then. I think it was about 4 or 5 laundromats, and actually the Hispanics had their own laundromats, about 2.
Yeah.
There was a war between black people and Hispanic people with the damn laundromat.
Yeah.
Mexicans.
In particular.
What they would do is they would try to hold the dryers and washers for
other
Mexicans, and my mama wasn't having it. She'd go right over there. You can move.
Yeah, they would put a basket in front of one that's
She'd take the basket and move it right on out of the way and put her stuff in there and dared anybody
to say something.
To say something or try to throw hands. What happened to those days?
I don't know, but and Culture Boy, I don't know what Jimmy Walker doing.
You know what Jimmy Walker doing?
But Jimmy got Ann. Now this also can be used, them trying to convince black people to leave the Democratic Party, only to go to the Republican Party.
Well, there's two agendas.
Yeah, 2 agendas. So you got Jimmy,
but Ann said, but she is getting some enjoyment on one benefit of it.
Yeah, I remember when she said African Americans have a special place in this country. I said, oh look. Jimmy boy.
I can't even be vulgar and say I'm not gonna be vulgar and say it.
Jimmy Moore.
There's a special place. She wants Jimmy.
African Americans are losing more. This is Ann Coulter. I remember when they had her on Boondocks. They predicted her. Boondocks is crazy.
Just like The Simpsons and every other.
The dude who created Boondocks. I remember when some people saw through the bullshit early. I remember when he looked at Obama. I think that was 2008. This is when he first ran. He's first in the president office. He looked at Obama and he said something to the effect of he's not African American. This is 2008. And he got a lot of backlash from people for not being supportive of Obama, that he had to kind of tone down his critique of Obama because of that. people saw him as a coon. And it's like, have you watched his show? He's very he criticizes black people a lot, not in necessarily it's your fault type of way, but he called out a lot of stuff. So I'm surprised they were surprised. I'm surprised that they were surprised that he didn't really fuck with Obama. But African Americans are losing more jobs than illegal immigrants than any other racial or ethnic groups. Yet low income black workers don't have political input in debate. And standing up for
her man's people.
This is the article. They pretty much saying what we already know. The fact that she putting that up kind of, she has agendas, obviously.
Yeah.
Now look at this right here. This is a argument. Now y'all can't hear this. I can't even say nothing. This was an argument in Beverly Hills between black Americans and Hispanics. Between
a black American and Hispanic, or black Americans and Hispanic?
Well, there's multiple black people out there.
Oh, she's just speaking up.
She was on arguing with the dude. So she was like, we built this country, all that stuff. And the Mexican dude was like, get out of here with that. Dismissing her. And you just go. And he was saying that they're indigenous. And
you black people say we've been here for over 400 years. Mexicans say we've been here for over 500 years.
And you go, since when?
They said we're going to one up you.
Like, since when, motherfucker?
Well, they're saying they're indigenous. To me, they're pretty much saying they're Native American.
Yeah, kind of. Another thing they're trying to do, they're trying to make the Crown Act an act that is for every race. You know what I mean? It's been an emotional day. Dakota is starting his final commercial pilot training on Monday. The airline has declined the formal request to wear his hair in a traditional Navajo bun. So he had a tearful hair cutting ceremony tonight. Proud of the sacrifice he is making to move forward in his life, and sad the airline couldn't see the value of honoring the culture onward and upward. So as you can see, he had to cut his man bun.
Why?
And they making it out to be it's racial, obviously, because they said it's his culture.
What's a bun?
Your hair, long hair in a bun.
Well, why can't he wear his hair in a bun on the airline? Since when did they stop that?
I guess he can't have long hair. I don't know. But this person here said, Crown Act isn't just about black hair. It's fundamentally about providing protections against this kind of imperialist, racist, assimilationist violence.
Didn't I tell you that they are meant to be a counter? They are meant to be a thorn in your side. A thorn in your, I told y'all, a thorn in your side. That's what they're here for.
That's what they're here for. That's the
how y'all not tired of these other people?
In this video here, once again, I can't play the videos. This is Tariq Nasheed. African immigrants are calling on Clubhouse, talking about getting guns to target black American niggas from the hood, but they claim FBAs are xenophobic. So in the video, a woman who's African is in the room, and another dude comes in, and he says, I want to talk about the Africans, you need to get guns. And he said, just in D.C., 3 African cab drivers were killed. Yeah, man, y'all need to protect yourself from these niggas in the hood. Now, they're saying that the dude who said this was African-American, but I don't think he was. But that doesn't even matter. Is this at some point, you think, going to spill over? Is this going to leave the internet? This type of energy? Because right now it's just talking on the internet. And you got people who are kind of festering this violence that I don't even understand what the hell's going on. You think it's going to leave the internet at some point?
What's going to lead the internet?
The violent threats. Hello?
I don't know.
What you mean you don't know?
If somebody, gets physical, maybe. Or words exchange, maybe.
No, nigga, I'm asking you think it's get violent?
What do you mean by you think?
You think somebody gonna go out here with a gun
and just start shooting? Black immigrants are gonna just start shooting black Americans,
or vice versa?
We're not a violent group of people, so
you don't want to answer the question, do you?
Nigga, I'm answering the question. Maybe not the way you want me to answer the question.
All right, victim suspected shooter identified in deadly triple Midtown Atlanta shooting. When this first started, it reminded me of that thing that happened in maybe New Jersey or something, or Virginia, when the guy walked up to the person and shot him for no reason. Everybody was waiting for the race to come out. I remember Pastor Darby said, "Please don't let there be no crazy Negro Well, when this happened, a woman shot 3 people around the Peachtree area, I think in Atlanta, and they end up capturing her at the airport. And it came out that she, we see this black woman. It's like, oh, what the hell? What's she shooting these dudes for? Apparently, she shot him because she said there was some fraud going on with the business, with the building managers and stuff. But it also came out that she was, Cameroonian.
That's why you need to have these people checking off what's their ethnicity, what country they come from, so that we can know how many Black Americans are actually out here committing crimes.
Who did you say? There was the show coming out. We said a woman is
it's already out. It's how I came across the show was I watched just my opinion. He is a movies and TV reviewer. Check him out. Check the brother out. And
tell people check us out.
I went and reviewed the show, and I was like, oh, she had a weird name, but when you look her up, she identifies herself as African American. But they was on the YouTube show called Genius, where they break down rap lyrics.
Yeah.
And I scrolled down the comment section. Somebody said, shout out to the East African beauty. And they said, oh, she's East African. Yeah, she's Eritrean. To me, the rap shit show is almost like to me, they copying City Girls. Yeah. Pretty much.
What I got from that is when you said that she identifies African Americans, like the reason why the U.S. government now, especially particularly some cities or states, are starting to use this separate people by their ethnicity rather than just put them in the bulk by race, is because maybe that black population is getting that African American population getting a little too big. It's a little bit too many people identifying as African American now.
So we have to give different categories of what nationality you're from.
Yeah.
To make that population go back to 12%. We can't have y'all no higher than 13. Lordy.
17, 20% of the
but
population.
She said, Lordy. If they get over 13%, what are we going to do?
All right. Come on, thing. Okay. Oh, you were reading this one, I guess. Burning body found hanging in a tree in Los Angeles Griffith Park.
Another California story.
Yeah. Did you read this one?
No.
Well, basically, nothing came out of it. They found a body hanging, and at first they didn't even put out what her race and what the person's race and gender was. Then they came out and said it's a woman. They said the person was hanging from a tree on fire. So it's like they call it suicide. They say, well, you're saying the person poured the gasoline or whatever on themselves, put a noose around their neck, or whatever, however they did it, set themselves ablaze, and then jumped.
Well, just like the other story we talked about a couple months ago, where the woman, her son supposedly hung himself in a park.
Yeah. Well,
and the day of, like literally,
the kids in there playing in the park.
Yeah, they didn't close the park down. There was no, let's have some respect. Somebody died. No, we're gonna continue with
the kids gonna keep playing and
what we have going on today.
Man dead at the officer-involved shooting in Nutter Fort funeral home. This is a crazy story. So apparently a dude had a warrant. The police came, brought a whole bunch of cops with him. All the sister heard was his name. They yelled his name and immediately started shooting and shot him at his father's funeral. While he was hugging his sister. So while this dude was hugging his sister at his dad's funeral, the cops started shooting at him.
Which is crazy. Wrong, unexplained. Well, to do something type like that. But that ties back into, you remember when that the dude from Minnesota got killed because he was at his cousin's house?
Yeah.
Sleeping on a chair?
Yeah.
And we said you have to stay away from family members that are criminals.
Things, yeah.
So in that instance, the sister hugging him, she could have got shot. Because what she was hugging him, and she said she felt the intensity of the bullets when they was hitting him.
Yeah.
So it could have went through him and went through her and killed her as well.
Exactly.
I'm not trying to excuse what the police officers did because
You can't just pull
it's
up
like,
to a
what did he
funeral and just
do?
start shooting.
You
Like,
can't just go to a funeral and just start shooting people.
They didn't even let him react. They just said, hey, what's it say? He, Jason, took his dad out and put him in a car hearse, carried the casket out, and he carried him over, and I was hugging him. And the next thing I know, somebody yelled, Jason. And then you know, boom, 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 boom. Odell said he didn't have a chance to do nothing. Odell says he was hugging Jason when he was shot. I went to hug him because he was upset. And next thing I know, they just yelled Jason. And they pow, 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 Odell said. I about got shot. I felt the compressions of the bullets. It was horrible. Jason Owens has a criminal history that includes an attack on law enforcement officer in 2018. Let me say this.
So y'all basing something off of that happening?
Yeah, I don't mean that. I know I have a.
That's retaliation?
Huh?
Instead of the police officers are gangs. Is this a
We know what
retaliation?
you did, but
This remind me of a scene from New Jack City.
when I growing up, I saw a situation where a person was trying to work with a cop. The cop was being difficult, and it led to a fight. And so that attack on law enforcement isn't always somebody that's wanting to beat up the cop. That ain't always what it is. Sometimes.
Was he totally innocent in that situation?
What you mean totally innocent?
He wasn't being the most polite to the officer.
Yeah, he was.
No, he wasn't.
He was.
I don't know what you remember, but that ain't what I remember because I know exactly what you're talking about.
I'm not gonna get into the
We can get
details.
into some more details, but
He did not. He was very respectful at the beginning.
he was not.
Yes,
he
he
had
was.
an attitude in his voice towards
He
the.
didn't.
Yes, he
literally
did.
just woke up.
Oh, so we gonna blaming him just waking up his attitude?
He didn't have anyway, he didn't have attitude. He had just woken up, and it led to something.
I guess
bad.
I'm lying again.
I didn't say you lying. I just said you're not telling the whole.
I'm not telling the truth. That's what you're trying to say right now.
You just omitting certain things.
No, I'm not omitting shit. I'm not making excuses for behavior.
Where I'm making an excuse at?
You sitting there saying how he was just this pleasant person. He was willing to tell his name, even though he knew that the officer knew that he was the one the officer was looking for.
But he ain't know
But
his
because the
name.
officer didn't get his last name right, that it was not him.
Why are you giving all these details?
Because I'm trying to expose your ass. It's not telling the full truth.
I am telling the truth. Where I lie at?
He was pleasant. He was being pleasant. He was being forthcoming with information. No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was. Anyway, the man asked his name. He asked him if his name was something. He said, "Yeah, no, that's not my name," and he walked away. That's how it's supposed to go anyway. Ain't his fault you said his name wrong. That ain't his name. Fauci to step down after decades as top U.S. infection expert. You hear that, y'all? He's gone. But
No,
he
he
ain't
not.
gone. He ain't gone.
He's not gone.
He's not going at all. As a matter of fact, he made sure to say he wasn't gone.
They just go from one organization to another
another.
organization.
So he might be with
He's
who.
actually getting promoted.
Probably. He probably be with. Maybe he go run the World Health Organization or one of these other places they've created.
He just waiting on big Israel.
Oh yeah. Dr. Anthony Fauci, the nation's top infectious disease expert who became a household name and subject to partisan attacks during the COVID-19 pandemic, announced Monday he will lead the federal government in December after more than 5 decades. Fauci directs the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease as chief medical advisor to President Joe Biden, also leads a lab studying the immune system. While COVID-19 pandemic interested him, whatever, I'm going into this campus and into the labs and to the hospital every day, including most weekends for 54 years. The idea of walking away from this is obviously a bittersweet, Fauci told the Associated Press. And it's announcing his departure. The 81-year-old Fauci called his rose the honor of a lifetime, but said it was time to pursue the next chapter of my career. So where is he going?
How old is he?
81. You would think he'd be retiring, but he's not retiring.
Wow.
Well, he can't retire because you know what happened when he retired? Don't all his papers and all that stuff get put into the National Archive? So he got to turn a lot of stuff in because he's no longer a government.
Yeah, you got a lot of people who refuse to retire.
This is a statement. I ain't gonna read that. Let's move on. This is keep your January schedule open, Tony. Republicans say Fauci stepping down would not stop their plans to investigate him, tell him not to delete any emails, and promise to hold him accountable for the COVID response.
You thought what Hillary Clinton did with deleting emails was
Boy,
bad.
burning buildings down, boy. Senator Rand Paul demands NIH preserve all documents, communications in Fauci's possession. That ain't happening. They're gonna say, they're gonna tell Rand Paul to get the hell out of their face. Unvaxxed Navy sailor faced deplorable living conditions while religious exemptions penned. Do I even need a show? Have you seen this?
She said what now?
The charge of the Navy is also not letting them separate from service, leaving them stuck in gruesome limbo. Do you know what was here, Travis? It's a toilet full of shit. This is how they got people who are not vaccinated in the military living. Look, flooding. Another Navy technician who has served for more than 9 years said the performance rating started suffering after submitting a religious exemption.
Oh, they won't let them leave, but they won't let them participate in the Navy?
Look at this. U.S. Navy service members who are seeking religious exemption in the Department of Defense COVID-19 vaccine mandate have been transferred into deplorable living conditions while waiting their termination from the military, according to our court documents. So they're waiting to be terminated. And they got them living in this environment that's clearly on purposely nasty, disgusting.
So they go give in and get vaccinated?
But they're just holding them there, not letting them go home yet, just holding them there, not letting them lead the armed military yet. I said, boy, God. Oh, man. World Economic Forum suggests there are solid, rational reasons for children to be microchipped. You know, I was looking at my hand.
I was looking at it too, like you already got the chip in there.
I was looking at my hand, and I got a scar right in between my thumb and my index finger. And I was like, I don't remember getting that scar.
Somebody chipped your ass.
And I'm thinking, like, how many children being born without the parents knowing are being chipped? Possibly, allegedly.
You was born after 89, so.
What you mean? What that supposed to mean? What? Why? What are you doing? Why would you say that?
Say what? What you want people to think what?
What do I want people to think I'm 55?
They know you're not no damn 55.
Why?
They know you're not 55.
All right, man.
Kendrick Lamar, you listen to Kendrick Lamar album, you listen to Chris Brown album.
So somebody who's in their age can't listen to hip hop? See what you did?
I ain't do nothing.
Okay. Not doing their bond-building reputation status any favors, the World Economic Forum published an article saying it would be solid and rational move for my children to be implanted with microchips. Now, they keep using this microchip thing to say they want to keep track of your health records.
They've been saying that for years.
Your Social Security.
It's more easier,
all your medical records.
All they have to do is just scan you, boom, kapow, done.
So they've been saying that for the longest, trying to convince people to do this. The fact that I know the exact name of the RFID chip, they've been trying to push this thing for about 40 years. And it's just not, most people could hear that and they immediately go chip. Now I'm good. Is it Germany or Switzerland?
It was actually it was a company here in the United States that was
trying to. They
was having their employees get chipped
to get in and out of the building.
Yeah.
So a couple of workplaces have already tried to do it, but yeah. How will brain monitoring technology influence the practice of law?
Well, remember they wanted to do that where they can monitor your brain to get you for committing a crime that you're gonna commit in the future. You remember that?
Yeah.
They could arrest you for a crime
you might do
that you're going to commit in the future.
But they already do that. Okay, AI. We were talking about that earlier. I have access to all your social media accounts. I know what you've been talking about. I'm watching you through your TV. I keep track of your credit card or whatever you spend, so I know the food you're eating. I know what movies you're watching, TV shows you're watching. I know what you're watching, so I can predict your anger and all that other stuff. So at some point, I can predict when you might commit a crime. They're already doing it. They just ain't got a chip in you to get your blood pressure and how angry you is on the spot. but they can already predict it. That's why you start talking about something. Next thing you know, you got an ad for it on the side of your laptop or your computer or your damn TV on YouTube. You got an ad about what you were just talking about.
Why y'all think the smart TVs are so inexpensive?
Yeah, they made them real cheap out of nowhere.
Obama started giving out Obama phones. Phones came free.
Now they're saying that internet is a necessity, which I agree. At this point, it is. They want everybody to have the internet, access to it at least. How could neurotechnology affect you? Our report unpacks what you get all that. We look at the legal implications of neurotechnology developments, including as a neural protection bill makes its way through the Chilean legislative process, should our human rights include neural rights? Are privacy protections, whether technological or legal, fit for purpose? The large amounts of brain data that neurotechnologies are likely to accumulate could give rise to concern about mental privacy and surveillance. Issues of equity and neurotechnological discrimination if some people in society are augmented, enhancing their mental capability. Sorry.
Are we going to get the word out today?
I'm stuttering all over the place, man.
You've been stuttering all day.
And others are not. And employment law concerns about workplace brain monitoring. So you get the point. So now they're saying that there's a possibility that some people will get augmented and get smarter, and people who can't afford it will be dumber. So intelligence, or what they deem as intelligence, will be class-based, as if it isn't already that.
It's
if you have
already
access
that.
to certain education, you already got an advantage. Map. See how much life expectancy declined in each state in 2020. I'm just going to go straight to the map.
Washington State didn't really decline at all.
So if you can see here, New York saw the sharpest decline, a drop in 3 years. Hawaii saw the smallest at just 0.2 years. Mississippi had the lowest life expectancy in 2020 of any state, while Hawaii had the highest in any state. So in the last 2 years, the life expectancy has dropped, for the most part, about 2 years in every state. That means a lot of people died. And they kind of just throwing it into the COVID box. But I don't know, man. These insurance policies, look at them insurance policies and how much it's costing these people. Walmart announced it will cover the cost of an abortion and pay for staff to travel to obtain one. The largest private employer in the U.S. is now covering procedure and travel expenses for abortions up until fetal viability, which would include a great majority of sought-after abortions.
They should want you to have abortions, you know.
They need more people to work for them.
They need more people to work for them, and you know, the more kids you got, the more food stamps you can get, and they can continue to spend their food stamps at Walmart. You work there, we give you a paycheck, and you spend your food stamps there.
Tomato flu cases have been reported in children in India. This is what experts know. Tomato flu? God damn. Something new. Not new, but health experts are monitoring an outbreak of a viral infection detected in children in southern Indian state of Kerala earlier this year that has now spread to 2 other regions. More than 82 children aged under 5 have been diagnosed with the virus as of July 26, according to the Lancet Respiratory Medical Journal. We got something else coming, y'all. Another one. Warning issued over tomato flu with dozens of children already infected. And this one's going after children, I guess. Let me go ahead and go to this next one. Michigan officials probing mystery canine parvovirus like disease after over 30 dogs died.
And they're going after the dogs too.
Most of the dogs that exhibited parvo-like symptoms of vomiting or blood stool died within 3 days, and most were under 2 years old. Even the dogs. Well, remember they were going to the zoo having to vaccinate the zoo animals in the zoo because of COVID.
Yep.
So. A large portion of men with monkeypox are living with HIV. People with well-controlled HIV do not appear to have more severe illness, but HIV-positive people might not respond as well to monkeypox vaccines.
It's double the trouble.
Around 40% of people with monkeypox are living with HIV, but the proportion can be substantially higher in some areas, according to recent reports on the ongoing global outbreak. Now, I can't even say no more. Y'all know, I can't even say what's obvious. White and Hispanic people disproportionately impacted by monkeypox. Now, this is in Sacramento.
Wow.
So
Did you see
area.
Did you see the headline where it says white and Hispanic people? They never put them in the headline together.
Well, they ain't last long because immediately they said black and Hispanic people bearing brunt of monkeypox cases.
Oh, the black and brown.
Black and Hispanic people make up a disproportionately high number of monkeypox cases. The analysis of the Kaiser Family Foundation finds that black people make up 26% of the monkeypox cases compared to 12% of the population, while Hispanic people make up 28% of the cases compared to 19% of the population. And I was saying right here, damn, black people still at 12%? I thought they gave us 15 a few years ago.
Well, COVID came and it took a couple of us, we were the most affected by it.
Calls grow for monkeypox to be reclassified as an STI. When they gonna do it?
They should have been done it. Now every case is linking the two.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's linking two things.
It's linking two things.
Scientists are and campaign groups are calling for monkeypox to be reclassified as a sexually transmitted infection.
What else would it be? It's skin to skin.
Yeah,
contact.
Now look who's at the forefront of this. The AIDS Health Foundation has backed the idea, suggesting that considering the illness as an STI would more accurately reflect transmission of the new strain of the virus. So they're saying this is a new strain of monkeypox.
I told you, in Africa, it don't got nothing to do with no STI.
Okay.
West Africa, where it originated, they claim.
They can, yeah.
It don't have nothing to do with no STI.
The virus has been found in the seminal fluid of a few patients in Europe and is widely amid the widening global outbreak, but it's currently not classified as an STI, just an illness that may be associated with sexual activity through skin-to-skin transmission.
Maybe. It ain't maybe. That's what y'all been saying the whole time. Now it's a maybe.
Maybe. Man tests positive for COVID, monkeypox, and HIV at the same time.
Triple whammy.
And y'all see this dude right here? Y'all should recognize him. If you saw the viral video of the dude who was in the country town and the bug flew in his mouth, he's like, I'm sick of this country town, man. Get the hell! I'm trying to get the hell out of here. That was in what? I remember in the 90s or something.
He was, he went from speaking very proper to
hood as hell.
Hood.
Now I saw him on Twitter respond to people saying that he was laughing it off. But damn, 36-year-old Italian male diagnosed with all three diseases at the same time after a recent trip to Spain. This is what you call sick. He got COVID, monkeypox, and HIV. Damn.
Should have been out there doing what he was doing.
He was living, I guess.
He was living his best life.
This is nasty. Patient with monkeypox, undiagnosed HIV, suffers rotting nose. Yeah, that's crazy. A photo of a 40-year-old man with a severe monkeypox infection is sweeping the internet. The image shows a man partially decayed nose as well as sores on his face and mouth.
Why they always getting sores on their mouth and their face?
Hey, man. Y'all don't need to read that, y'all. It's pretty bad for them out here. Black and Latino Americans make up most new HIV cases, but only a small portion of PrEP users. I didn't know what this is. So they have a medicine that you take so that you don't get HIV. And it seems like most of the people that use that drug are white.
Of course they would give it to the white people.
So they give it to people who are a part of the LGBTQ community.
So it's like a birth control pill.
It's like something, it's literally meant for you to stop you from getting, so you can just do whatever you want to do.
So that clearly means you're not supposed to do whatever you want to do, because by you doing whatever you want to do,
you gotta take this pill first.
But they not getting the hint.
Oh, they get it. They just don't care.
You know what? It's monkeypox going on out here. They see how grotesque this shit look, and they
don't care, man. They do not care. Joy said, man playing God. Is Mother Teresa's son Fauci's event even still on the plan net? Just wondering out loud. Conspiracies. Try to protect the mass. Who you talking about?
I don't know who he talking about.
PrEP is marketed to. Yeah, I didn't even know about, like, they have a medicine you can take so that you don't get, okay. Yeah, that's the next thing, yeah. U.S. to send $3 billion in aid to Ukraine as war hits 6 months.
Again.
I'm probably gonna stop talking about this at some point.
Yeah, we need to, because at this point, I can't take it no more.
It's like, whatever, fuck it.
But you know what? Just keep giving our money out.
It's just like, F it, whatever. Y'all got it. Y'all just giving it to them, whatever. Let me go here. Before I go to that, I want to show this. This children's event has become a target of extremist groups. Drag Queen Story Hours, designed to promote inclusion and gets kids excited about reading, have become a target for right-wing extremist groups.
It should be a target
For right-wing extremist groups, including the Proud Boys, source CNN. So basically, I can't play the videos. For some reason, the sound isn't coming through.
You know, there was a mother, I just saw the story where she took her kid. This is in North Carolina. She took her kid to a Proud event in North Carolina, and the kid was on a pole.
On the pole.
They had a pole out there at the Pride event, and her kid was on the pole.
Damn.
And they consider that child abuse. It is child abuse.
Is. Matter of fact, they were talking about these events, how they were having children out there.
They do.
And they were saying that this should be considered child abuse.
In Seattle, I was on a bus, and I told you that, and then I think I told this on here too, that I saw the kids with their shirts and stuff on, and the mom in the car, they were just leaving. I'm like, what is the purpose of you taking your kids to this? It was little girls. It was a white woman with her little girls. I guess she's teaching them how to be a liberal.
Yeah. Trans prisoner who impregnated 2 inmates at women's prison,
I gotta tell.
revealed she tried to remove her testicles with a razor to stop the pain after being mistreated and misgendered at her new facility.
When I saw this story, I said, this Negro.
It's a Negro.
This is a black man who classifies himself as a transgender. He's at an all-female prison, and he got 2 inmates pregnant. And after he got them pregnant, they moved him to a male prison. Then he come up with the fake thing that he gonna, cut his balls off, not cut his
piece off,
his penis off, but cut his balls off.
Yeah.
So that's one of the women that he got impregnated.
Yeah, one of the women who minor got pregnant was inmate Latanya Bellamy, 31, a double murder who gave birth in the fall.
So when they talk about being able to go into the same bathroom as women and little girls, did you see why people are like, no, y'all transgenders can't go in the bathroom with women?
Yeah, well, they've been telling us, they tell you that gender is not sexuality. But then when you're a person who's a man, you go into a bathroom stall and you call yourself a woman. So I assume because you want to be a woman,
you want to be a man. But no,
I don't mean that, because you said sexuality and gender is not the same thing. So I can't trust you. Oh, man. All right, let me show this one. Pakistan floods kill 777 over 2 months.
777.
With more than 300,000 people displaced. I thought it said 3 million. I said 300,000.
Now remember, just in Texas, they had it was 1 in every 1,000 years.
Go ahead.
They're saying California is supposed to get a huge, and not the big earthquake that's coming.
No, a flood.
But the big flood that is coming to California.
Yeah. Considering it's a drought there, it's hilarious.
So you think we under any type of plagues right now?
I wonder if the other story got something to do with it. California is poised to phase out sales of California again. I just realized California got a lot of crazy shit going on.
California is the demon capital.
It might be New York.
They say it's New York. Are we sure it's not California? That's where Hollyweird is.
Yeah.
The major movie production, it's all in California.
Yeah. California is poised to phase out sales of new gas-powered cars. So by 2035 in California, they said you won't be allowed to purchase a gas-powered car.
Yep. We talked about this. New York is another state. And there's a third state, too.
A couple places doing it. Oklahoma County Sheriff deputy dies after being shot serving eviction papers. Second deputy in stable condition.
Listen, they ain't got nowhere to go.
So this dude right here, the cops came to give him an eviction, to evict him, and he shot 3 officers. He killed one, and the other 2 are injured, I think it said. Or did it say 2 were killed and 1 injured?
So now when they go and serve people their eviction papers,
Now they got to be worried about.
There's not going to be a hesitation. And unfortunately, it's probably going to be a black person.
Yep. So anybody
that's going to get the blunt end of
cut
this
up a little bit.
rage.
Man, what you do? Pop.
I'm getting it, pop. They're not even going to let the person say, I'm getting evict, pop.
Evict?
Pop.
Home prices
Baby,
fell.
we got to go, pop.
Home prices fell for the first time in 3 years last month, but it was the biggest decline since 2011. I wonder who's gonna buy them up. We talked about it earlier. Black rivals. I wonder who's gonna buy it up. TikTok in-house browser can monitor your keystrokes, including passwords and credit cards. Researcher says. What I'm getting mad at is this type of stuff. Is they act like this ain't already new. We know Project Bluebird. Like we know Twitter, where that come from. Facebook. We know who's really behind
Fake book. Fake.
And now you see
book.
Facebook just came out. What's his name? Mark Zuckerberg.
Mark Zuckerberg.
He went on Joe Rogan. He went on Joe Rogan's podcast and he admitted, he said the reason why he cut the Hunter Biden story, this is the narrative they're pushing. The reason why he cut the Hunter Biden story is because the FBI told him to. And I said, are the tech companies who are receiving a little bit of backlash and scrutiny trying to throw the hot potato to the FBI because they already nobody like them?
Well, the FBI is already under, because the whole Trump,
anyway, so
the whole Trump raid has really got them.
It wasn't even Trump. They was not like before that. Maybe the conservatives.
The conservatives.
The Trump supporters don't like them right now, but nobody liked the FBI.
They're in hot water right
so
now.
Just throw the blame on them. Let them just go down with the ship. And they're not gonna what they gonna do? What they calling for? What they call it?
What?
Defund the FBI? They ain't happening. Your ass will end up with a damn heart. What do you call it?
Heart attack.
Heart attack gun coming to your ass. I'm coming home. All right, let me go to the next one now. This is the last one. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I'm really running through this right now. This is the last one. I already showed this by accident, I think. Let's see. Your heart tube. Look at the complexion for the protection, taking it live. Now you know if it was another brother, they would have be a casket on the couch before they would have. Yeah, that's what we were saying. Unfortunately, some Negro who gonna get mad at getting evicted, you're gonna have to suffer the consequences of that.
Hold on, go back to what he said. George, put it up on the screen.
What?
That was a while ago.
Hold on. Shoot. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
What
that was a while
say?
ago, and Chapter 2 was lying and protecting this white master, but y'all focus and keep going through the topics. Now the volume works on the videos. Now the volume works. What you looking for?
Nothing. I'm gonna let it go.
What?
No, that's it.
So wait, you wanted me to put it up there and you ain't even gonna say nothing?
Nope, I'm not gonna say nothing.
Now George gonna say he punked you.
He ain't punked me.
George got you shook.
George ain't got me shook.
All right, hold on, y'all. This thing is on.
Them Mexicans got him shook. Filipinos, Samoans. He definitely ain't gonna say shit to no Samoan.
Some thick people.
No, them ain't no. Them are the. Even the women is huge. It's not. Some of them fat, but it's not even just fat. They just huge.
I'm sorry, this thing is
big bone people.
Oh, they big boned it now. I'm sorry. Okay, back now. Justice Department makes redacted Mar-a-Lago affidavit public.
Yep.
We already knew they're gonna take out names. And
That's the real commander in chief.
who?
President Trump.
You know, damn commander in chief. So we already knew they were gonna redact the stuff that they didn't want to get out. You know, be real particular with what stays in, and it didn't say nothing that the warrant didn't say. It's like, and they try to make sound, oh, look what's in the warrant, and see they were investigating him for. Didn't it say out of the 16 boxes or something like that, 15 of them had confident classified stuff or top secret, and it's like, I wonder, did they go back and reclassify a whole bunch of shit so that if he have it, he automatically will be in. He automatically have access to stuff that he shouldn't.
Maybe so.
Maybe it wasn't just Operation. What was the name of it? Operation Hurricane Storm or Fire Hurricane, whatever it's called. Maybe it wasn't just that when they went back and reclassified. Maybe it was a whole bunch of them.
Maybe so.
All right. U.S. approves of Ukraine striking Russia-occupied Crimea. It's not Russian-occupied. Crimea literally voted to be a part of Russia. They voted.
They're not giving Crimea up.
Russia considers Crimea the birth of their form of Christianity. So they're not going to give it up easy. Which, ain't it funny? I thought the Ukraine simply didn't want Russia to invade them. Why are they trying to reclaim something now that wasn't taken? They voted to leave.
Trying to spread big Israel.
So this ain't gonna go well, and America being behind it, as we know, because they don't have the weaponry to reach that far. U.S. approves further attack on Crimea, provides $775 million in weapons for Ukraine offensive. I think we talked about that already. I want to talk about this quick story right here. You see this one? Democrat Vicente Gonzalez confirms closure of Bank of China account following Breitbart News report. So you had a Democratic congressman who had a bank account open with the Bank of China.
Are we surprised?
How is he still in Congress? Should he automatically be removed?
How was Bill Clinton still the president when he gave?
Well, see, he was able to get around it with the Lewinsky thing. He's able to get through it.
How is President Biden able? You know, his son has.
When his son taking a hit, taking a beating.
I mean, there's a lot of how is we can go through.
Obama been slick with it though. He still ain't. The only thing that got
The big guy.
The only thing Obama got clipped with was Libya, with him and Hillary Clinton, and the Yemen thing. That kind of wasn't Obama also bombing Sudan? He was. So I mean,
I think he was. I'm not for sure.
He got some blood on him too.
He's not as squeaky clean as he comes across.
No, he definitely isn't. All right, I think we're done with this one. Long enough.
Hopefully we can get the mics and stuff
working next time. He said it was working at the end there.
Well, working properly.
Yeah. He shook. Use Ukraine for an excuse to do what it will, breaking the G7 pact. Yeah. Which, you know, we also know that NATO is trying to expand all the way to the Middle East, create a quote-unquote Middle East version. This is just dividing lines for a new, what they call a new world. So it is what it is.
You know, this world is going to shit.
Quick.
It's going crazy. You know that whole incident in New York where they had the women getting up on the light poles, scripping.
Yeah.
And the dude in broad daylight was having sex with a stripper.
Didn't you say?
I mean, a prostitute. I was literally walking up the street. I'm gonna be called a liar. I try to tell y'all about the crazy, weird shit that be going on in Seattle. I'm getting ready to walk up the street and I see this black dude and this black woman. Literally, he had her on top of the rail. You know, like a rail you can put your hand on to go up the street. He had her, you know, tearing it up in the middle of the street. This is around 4:00 in the morning. And I'm just like, there's, you know, people use this area highly in this time of morning. We get off the, you know,
area, yeah.
And he didn't give a damn. And I had to, you know, just cross the other street. I didn't look. I didn't want to look. I know if my eyes even, what the hell you looking at?
No, he wouldn't. He was like, hey, how you doing?
No, he wouldn't. He would say, what the hell you looking at? Nosy motherfucker. Mind your goddamn business. Take your ass up the street.
That ain't how he would react. The man in the damn public.
So, it was early in the morning. I didn't want no
smoke.
It was too early. I didn't really care. He wasn't harming, me. So I just shook my head and went about my day and said, damn, we just in a society where people just don't care no more. They really don't care no more.
It's definitely. All right, y'all. I think that's the end of that. You got anything else you want to say, Travis?
No, thanks for viewing the channel. What'd she say?
Definitely not wise to give it to Samoans. They'll get in that as a whole family culture. Hello, I seen it. Yeah, they don't forget on watching, Travis. All right, man. You got the last thing you gonna say?
Thanks for viewing the channel. That whole thing that Corey said, what's his name, the YouTuber, about the
Corey Kenshin.
That stuff is definitely true.
Okay.
We witnessed it firsthand on here. I think they are targeting black YouTube channels.
Or does anybody that goes against the image they want to portray?
I think they're targeting black YouTube channels.
Okay, we'll leave it that way. Anyway, man, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Have a good week. Be safe. All praise to the Most High. And peace, man.
Thank you.